Oh my god.
What? What? What do you have against Flame Floor?
I love it.
Well then, hello, ladies and gentlemen. The nameless German dude HabKeineName here again, and welcome to Final Fantasy X Cutscene Remover. I'll be entertaining you throughout the night, and I want to make it as fast as possible because it's 1 in the morning already. Before we start, there's just one thing I want to say, since it is coming, since Christmas time is closing in, and it's time to ho 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 and give for a good cause. I'll be running a small incentive for myself during this run. As Final Fantasy X, typical RPG, a lot of RNG in it that can help us or just completely be laughing at us. And due to that, I'll be donating 50 cents for every crit I'll get in this game. That is completely pointless, useless, doesn't give me any advantages by having that crit on these certain fights. And in the end, we'll count them together and I'll pay it out. Also, speaking of incentives, we had one for the name. We could please close that one and check if that hasn't changed since the end, since the last time we checked.
I can refresh now and check. And so far, we have not received any updates. So as of now, the winning bid goes to Local Man.
Alright, Local and Man Big, I assume?
Yes.
Alrighty then. Then we get into the new game. We will play with the standard sphere grid. We will play on our original soundtrack, because I think it's better. And yeah, Cutscene Remover version 1.3.1. We want to start the game? Yes, we do want to, and we will do so in 5, 4, 3, 2,
1, go!
Good luck and fun to myself. So, let's get ready for 10 annoying minutes before the game actually starts. Wait, no, this is Cutscene Remover. We can just do things. Alright, so we start off... Local... Man...
Just enough space, let's go!
I mean, I hope that was planned. So yeah, Cutscene Remover. As you can see, if you ever played this game, we're not having any cutscenes, which will remove about 5.5 to 6 hours of just nothing but cutscenes. And instead, we just run around, fight things, and have fun. Story? What's that? We're not here for that. We're here for the gameplay. And that is exactly what this is about.
That's right. We don't want no cutscenes in this game.
Even though a few of them are very, very cool, and I'm always hurting to skip them. But gotta do what you gotta do to go fast. So, out of the tutorial area, or, well, first bit of story area rather, because the tutorial area starts now, where we are going to get our first sword and learn how to fight enemies. And here in the early game, very high crit potential against enemies that absolutely do not need to get critted. So we might get to see the first money getting summed up here already.
I got the calculator ready.
That would be nice. Alright, so, we starting off by defending with Local Man, and then starting to mow down everything. Making our way through the enemies. No crits for the first 3 enemies. Personally liking it. I personally really like to not see any crits here at the start generally, because that means higher chance to a crits on the boss where it actually matters. JK, it doesn't matter because it's RNG. I just like to tell myself that. And then we have the first
Hey, let's go!
First 50 cents to charity. There's a lot more where that comes from. Alright, first boss. We're gonna learn how to use our special attacks, our overdrives. We're hopefully gonna get some decent damage rolls, maybe even a crit, a useful crit maybe even. So let's get that Dragon Fang out. It's slow.
Watching.
One unnecessary crit.
Hey! Got another one.
That is a useful crit. That is a useful crit, and I love to see it. Even though I would have loved it even more to see it a turn later on the spiral count. Well, maybe we can ask for more crits?
Nope.
Not right now.
Maybe later.
Yeah. So, say hello to Sinspawn Amos. Your typical average tutorial boss can't really do anything. As we just waddle down the health bar. You can not do anything except for the demi spell, which will always just remove 25% of our health bar, which means he is literally unable to kill us. And his health is kind of indicated by the tentacles on top of the which have about 50 HP each. I always like to transfer roughly 2. So the next 2 hits should definitely kill. Well, 100 HP per tentacle, not 50. And that is the tutorial boss done. Nice. Despite the renaming, only 8 seconds behind PB. Very interesting. So we take the save sphere here, because we need to get healed, because in the next fight we can actually die. What we want to do here is nothing. We want to not interact with the enemies to force a special event, overriding another special event, because what's supposed to happen here is we just kill these monsters, more of them spawn, and then at some point they're just, our party is just like, that's not working, hey, let's try hitting that thing. If we not kill anything for the first few turns though, we actually get that way smaller cutscene with Titus just, with Local Man just looking over there and being like, and on top of it just being faster this way, now the tanker only needs 3 hits to take down instead of 5, which the other cutscene would have been. And with that, we're out of Xanarkand.
Hey.
And I wonder why they programmed it like that. Such a kind of a weird, quirky thing to have them do.
Old man?
Sure is. But to be fair, that's not the only quirky thing in this game. Just saying Chocobo racing.
Oh, Catcher Chocobo, everyone's favorite.
Though to be fair, I still prefer the Chocobo racing over Lightning Strike.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Blitzball.
Nah. Blitzball I actually like, except for the first 2 games that you usually play. Since the first game will always be against the Lucagoers, and it's kind of meh, and the second game, most of the time, is right against the Albed Sykes, and that's just like even more meh. But aside from that, I'm actually a huge fan of Blitzball in this game. But in terms of speedrun, yes, screw Blitzball. I mean, there is a reason we rebranded the Final Fantasy X Speedrunners headquarters a while ago to the Blitzball Haters Club headquarters. It's the official Discord name. Look it up if you don't believe me.
1,000 members strong now.
So yeah, actually, a few little bits of cutscenes for game stability and something, I guess, if I remember correctly. I want to say there was a time where, on a version that this was actually skipped, but whatever. We're getting ambushed by some fishies. Do these fishies give us critties? Because we don't want critties on these fishies. Good. I mean, not good, because money for charity. Donate, people, it's for a great cause. Ambush!
Ooh, there you go.
You'll
That's a
love
good
to see it.
ambush.
So, say hello to Chaos Gato. Scripted boss, he will always do the exact half of our health bar. The third move he does, the fight will be ended automatically. When he ambushes us, that means the shortest possible fight, which is always great. Gonna heal up a little bit here, gonna change a few options around. So yeah, with a ambush you have to defend 2 times. With a normal engagement we need to defend 3 times, and if we get a preemptive we need to defend 4 times. So we just love to see that ambush. In even more optimal way, we would love to see a preemptive strike on the Chagas before. as we only need to take out 2 of them in order to preempt if we get 2 attacks right away. Don't mind me, just grabbing some very flammable objects to make a little fire that we won't care about, because the thing we do care about is Click. Say hello to Click. And the first hit. So, Click has 2 phases. For the first phase we will need, was it 5 or 6 hits? Was the thing it was 6?
6.
Yeah.
Without 6 hits without a crit.
Yeah. So we want to look out for crits. We hope for to dodge a few of his attacks as well, so we don't have to heal, which unfortunately didn't happen here.
Yeah, Tidus did not go to the Piccolo school of knowing how to dodge things today, so
it's
he's
fine.
gonna get hit by
And
everything.
now we go into phase 2, where this mysterious girl joins our side, and she has grenades. Boom. And funnily enough, for whatever reason, that thing carries more grenades that we can just steal off of it. I'm personally gonna go for 3 steals total here, no matter the outcome. Every successful steal halves the odds of getting another successful. Ooh, that's a useful steal. And I actually get all 3 grenades. Very nice. That means I will personally use 1 more in this fight already. Good fight.
Yeah, that was solid.
I just hope he doesn't kill the mysterious girl right now. Okay.
Good save.
Yeah.
Almost gave out spoilers.
It's not like it matters. I mean, sorry about this. Alright, out on the boat, talk to her, swim down. Now, I'm taking a little bit of a risk here, because on the way down we most likely will get 1 more encounter, and with the girl only having 39 HP, there is a chance she will get killed here. If she does, it's more annoying than a problem, because we currently now have 3 grenades, and before the next boss we want to have 6. So let's hope these enemies don't get annoying. That was close. Hey, that actually is
Yay! Another pointless overkill.
Yep, useless crits. And killed. Okay, so I'm sitting at 4. 4 isn't good, because we still get another forced fight against a pair of 2. We won't get another encounter here, and there's a save point right to steer. Also, hey, do you have any tech problems in last times? How about you call a local man to repair it? I mean, he fixes it. As you can see, it works.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Try it at home. No guarantee. I mean, let's be fair. Have we all been at that point where we did that exact thing and it worked? Even though everyone always told us to not. Until the one time, of course, where we hit a little bit too hard. And it doesn't work anymore. Alright, so I need 2 more grenades. That is 1. That actually is a useful crit, because that wouldn't have killed otherwise.
Yeah, we don't count that one.
Yep. Boop. Alright, do we get speeds from that? Did we get speeds from that? I think that was the speeds one. Nah, it was the wrong one, sadly. Nah, was only 1, so the other one was the one that gave spheres.
Oh, got it.
A little unfortunate, but whatever. So yeah, sphere count. I'll get to it in a bit. Is actually quite important thing. Spheres we need basically as a means of level up. Certain spheres for certain stats. And we will specifically need to have an eye on our speed sphere and on our power sphere count throughout the game, which I'll be looking at different points of the run. But for now, say hello to the hentai monster. That's gonna get grenaded. Personally hoping for a roll under 350 here. Sadly did not get a low roll here, because once you deal 350 damage, he engages this phase where he starts going around. Now what we're supposed to do is learn about special commands. What I'll do instead is defend and throw more grenades, because grenades work on range. It is a little bit unfortunate though, because we want to get 2 attacks in with Titus on this fight in order to end it perfectly. So this might actually end up badly. We'll see how that ends out. Maybe I get lucky and I get a grenade crit.
I've never once gotten a single grenade crit on this boss.
Oh, I've seen plenty. Alright, we have 2 more grenades. Either he's dead after these 2, or Mysterious Girl's probably gonna die and I'll have to watch through. Nope, he's dead. Okay. Good. Wasn't actually sure if 1 hit here was enough. Don't mind Titus holding his sword, and Local holding his sword so weirdly here. It's a totally legit thing and totally something you should do as well. Just swim your through your sword yeah, cutting through your back. Let me actually scroll down my notes a little bit because notes are important. Actually, not for a little bit. So.
The reason why his sword is out like that is there's something in the cutscene remover that actually doesn't trigger the next scene properly. So if Titus is in his last scene holding his sword, he'll more than likely stay in the next scene while still holding his sword.
Happens a grand total of 2 times throughout the run.
You may see it again after Kimari.
Oh, right after Kimari, right. I just remembered after Flux, but yeah, after Kimari as well.
Oh, that's right, he does after Flux.
Alright, say hello to your local Waka Waka. This is Pac-Man. JK, this is Waka. And he's gonna try to murder us now. And then commit suicide. Or something like that. Alright, back to the sea, back to the fishies. We want to preferably see a few fishies here. If we kill around 4 to 5 of them, we had a few overkills. If we kill about 4 or 5, could be, we end up on a perfect HP amount, and I'm actually gonna take that. It's a free encounter, but I'll take that. I want that early level up. Actually, that's a free fish, so... And that was a useful crit. That would not have killed otherwise. Nice!
Oh, I was about to add another one.
Nope. Also, yeah, I'm 1 experience short now to get the optimal level pathing for the area, so this is great. I hope I see a 2 fish encounter and everything will be fine.
This is not the only spot to get ability spheres. There's several other spots throughout the run that you get ability spheres. And we only use a few ability spheres throughout the run anyway. We don't really use them that often.
Generally speaking, I think between here, the next spot you could actually farm them would be on the dual horns on Me and I Road. Which, to be fair, isn't that far into the game from now on. Considering the amount of combat done in between, but yeah. Okay, so we will definitely get a free encounter. That was a very early encounter. Do I get my 2 fish? That's not a 2 fish, but that's a preempt. I'll take that. Even though it is literally the worst encounter here, but I'll take that.
That's not an ambush. That's all we can hope for.
That was a useless crit.
Adding another one to the total.
Yay, money for charity. So, now we are Sphere level 2 and 2 experience points away from leveling up again, Titus. The optimal thing where we want to be after this is on Sphere level 2 with 6 experience still needed to level up, as that will allow us to get level 3 before the next mini-boss, which will make it drastically easier because that means I don't have to rely on math to beat him. As to already talk a bit ahead, because there's nothing much to say here right now, because story, what's that? Our next mini-boss has exactly 750 HP. With the attack value we have right now, we do between 120 and 130 damage a hit. That means if we get an average of 125 a hit, we can kill him in 5 hits. In 6 hits.
Right. Otherwise, we would have to throw a potion because he will die if you under damage.
Otherwise, we would have to either heal or get a crit or get 2 dodges. The thing, though, again, is you would attack him and be like, okay, it's 122, so that's 3 damage under the average. Remember, -3. Then you take the next attack, that's maybe 129. Okay, that's a +4, so I'm now at +1.
Maybe.
And you do that throughout the attacks, and you want to have what was it again, +7 after the 5th hit to guarantee.
I think it's +7 or +8.
+7. I have the notes up right now. You want to have +7 to guarantee that you can't low roll enough at that point that he would survive the hit. Or, well, at that point, otherwise just heal. But healing is slow. But yeah, due to me having great experience now, we still have a few more forced fights that will give us a total of 6 experience points. Between that mini-boss, and with that we will reach level 3, with which we can move along the sphere grid, which is the level up system in this game that you'll be seeing in a minute, and move so far that we reach the first attack +1 node that we will activate. By that, increase the damage we do and guarantee that we will kill him in 6 hits or less if we get a crit in. Though, also just to remind you of the incentive with useless crits, if I get 5 hits in and then crit on the 6th one where he would die anyways, that would count as a useless crit. So that would go towards the total and be another 50-cent donation for Save the Children at the end of this run.
And so far we are looking at 4 useless crits throughout the run at this point. So that's a total of $2 that needs to be donated at the end of the run.
And we're not even 20 minutes in. This run is 3.5 hours long.
It's looking pretty good.
As I said, our dear host mentioned at the start when I told him about this that, oh, I see, you don't want to spend money to charity. Yeah, just to give a reference, last marathon I tried this, I ended up on 26 crits, useless crits. I mean, $13 for charity is $13 for charity.
Hey, over here!
Alright, so now that we're done with the temple, we get our first Pokemon. We name it Velfor, even though it's clearly a Pidgeot. And that is my old running gag from casually playing the game. My thing always was I always called local man Ash and named the summons after Pokemon, because I wanted to be the very best, like no one ever was.
I mean, there is a spot later on in the run that is quite literally a Pokemon fight, so you're not wrong about that at all.
Alright, reminder number 1. Don't forget the super overpowered TM now. Because
I can't with you.
Because
I can't.
What? If you have some memes, you gotta show. Yeah, it's a TM. Pidgeot learns a new attack from eating it. from getting it shoved into the beak.
Oh my god, I don't even want to visualize that.
Alright, so
also,
yeah.
this is the only second overdrive that's available for an Aeon in the entire game. We don't know why.
Yeah. Maybe there were plans, but we don't care. We just take the way stronger special attack and we love it. Because it's gonna carry us throughout most of the early game.
Oh yeah.
So, a little bit of tutorial fight, a little bit of background info, if I'm not 100% mistaken right now. These dogs and birds have a 1 in 1,000 useless crit. Actually, that's a bird, that's not a useless crit because it's extra speed. We count it anyways.
Oh,
we
yeah,
count it
you're
anyways.
right.
We count
You
it.
want to count it? Alright, we counting it.
I mean, we counted the piranhas earlier as well, so...
That is true, we did. Because that gave us an extra power tier.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we counted. So yeah, as I wanted to say, each of these monsters have a 1 in 1024 chance to drop a Thunder Elemental weapon.
Let's have our
And we kind of like Thunder Elemental weapons. We kind of want Thunder Elemental weapons, specifically a sword or a ball for either Local Man or Walker.
This one here is
For one boss later in the game specifically. 360 no scope. Though it is very rare at this point. Alright, so welcome to the Sphere Grid. Looks a little bit confusing, but bear with me, you don't have to understand a whole lot here. There's the extra strength I set that now allows me to deal a little bit more damage. And as well, we learned the ability Cheer, which is basically a X attack plus an X defense. Just weaker, as it will basically just boost our attack and defense value. Alright, so, wow, actually getting a dodge already.
We're already looking good on Kamori.
So we're just gonna throw down. We don't have to worry about anything. That's 3 hits. We want to counter with it, just in case it's a useless crit. That's the 4th one. Hit number 5. He's actually dead already.
Yeah, I figured he'd be dead at 5.
I roll.
There it is. He's swinging a sword. Look at him go.
Alrighty then. Next fight. Bird v. Bird. So, this is the summon tutorial, which we will be abusing for generating overdrive. The orange bars of the characters, which allow it to unleash special attacks, which on our summons actually grow faster than on our normal party members. So all we're going to do now is cast Thunder 6 times to kill the birdie in front of us, and in the meantime fill our overdrive gauge to full, so that we can just blast the next boss KO immediately as we meet it. Oh well, not immediately, we do have to do some chipping beforehand, but you know what I'm... So, enjoy this Bird v. Bird action. In between, as we probably have about a minute, do we have anything to tell about charity donations?
Yeah, let's, I'll do a quick plug. So, we are currently raising money for Save the Children. Every day, 15,000 children die before their 5th birthday, and most are from preventable causes. And Save the Children does whatever it takes to ensure all children survive, learn, and are protected through 3 global goals by 2030. First is no child should die from preventable causes. Second is all children should have access to a quality basic education. And 3, no child should be a victim of violence. Save the Children has been operating for over 100 years in over 120 countries worldwide. And in 2019, they reached 144 million children through their comprehensive programming and emergency response, which is incredible. And we're trying to raise as much money as we can for this awesome cause. So we still have plenty of time left in the marathon. Still plenty of incentives left to meet, including the boss shuffle for Illusion of Gaia, file name for Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask final boss fight, and a lot more. So yeah, get those donations in.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So in the meantime, Local Man has disappointed me by not running away. This battle usually is supposed to be a tutorial to abilities. We were supposed to learn how to use the Dark Attack from Walker in this fight, though by switching Walker out at the start of the fight, before the fight even began, in the menu, we kind of just allowed ourselves to run away and skip the entire tutorial deal with that. And then Titus had to disappoint me by not being able to run away.
Isn't it a 75% chance to run from a fight?
I absolutely have no idea about the odds, but it's always annoying when it happens.
True.
So,
I failed that roll too many
little
times.
reminder to myself, this is Final Fantasy X. I can't jump down here, this isn't 10-2, I can't jump down there. Thank you. Gotta remind myself of that every single time. I've caught myself literally stuck there for 10 seconds on that ledge trying to jump down, because that's a thing in Final Fantasy X too that you can do. Alright, meanwhile, off to the boat! Oh my god, it's a boat! It's a boat! It's a boat! And it's made out of wood! And we crossed the ocean with it! And oh my god, it's so beautiful! Look at the boat! Love the boat! Praise the boat! Be the boat! Alright, more cutscenes. That don't happen, because story, what's that? We're gonna go over here, gonna walk over there, and then awkwardly gonna walk back. And then suddenly a giant sea sky whale fin is passing by. And obviously, because, oh no, it's the big bad evil guy, we gotta kill it, we engage in combat. So this is technically a boss battle, but also technically another tutorial fight. What we're supposed to learn here is about dealing range damage. So we have these 3 little critters here, and now we have the fin in the back. What's usually for a casual player supposed to happen is you kill the 3 in front of you, and then get told, yeah, attack the thing in the back, but only Magic or Walker Small can hit it. That's a mechanic we're gonna have a few more times throughout the game. What we're just gonna do here is we're just gonna Thunder it twice, use Kamari's Lancet ability twice, and then we get Pidgeot in here to Hyper Beam and just completely obliterate the fin.
Quick shout out to the invisible harpoon launcher over there.
Yes, indeed. The cutscene remover isn't perfect, but it's perfect enough to work.
That's all we need it for.
Alright, now, very important. Attack with Blast, and attack the fin.
There you go. Don't blast the boat. Don't be like me.
Don't blast the boat, don't raid a fin. That's the 2 things to look out for in that fight. Because if you do by accident, you lose a lot of time.
And quite potentially your run, too.
Yep. Without cutscene remover, this part of the game, by the way, is about 1.5 hours into the run, so have fun resetting here. So, welcome to the actual boss here, Sinspawn Achilles, who is very weak to blind, and who we really hope to see a crit with Tidus on. But before that, we're gonna blind him, and we're gonna clear twice, and then we're just gonna hit him a bunch, until he's in range to be killed with Tidus' Overdrive, which hopefully will get filled by the time we actually want to. Is a little bit of a concern here right now, but I think with the special attack that the boss will do after a few turns, that should definitely be enough to fill it. Don't think I've ever had the issue of him not actually getting full Overdrive for this fight. That is a Walker crit, and a Tidus crit.
And a double crit, hey!
You'd love to see it. Those are actually very useful, as I'm now able to skip a turn and just finish the fight 1 turn earlier. Meaning I just attack with Walker 1 more time, and then I can Overdrive already, instead of having to do another 3 attacks before able to finish it. So, say goodbye.
Very nice fight.
Nice 21-second goal. Now, I want to look out for the drops. These bosses have a very high chance to drop elemental weapons, and preferably we want to see either a Ice Brand or Ice Ball here, which would be huge drops to save us some time, and Liquid Steel.
Nope.
That is a Water Sword. I don't need a Water Sword. I'll get a much better Water Sword by the time I need a Water Sword.
You already have a water sword.
Well, yes, but it doesn't have water attack yet. It only gets water attack later. Well, hey, Blitzball Kid!
Aw, you don't talk to Blitzball Kid? What's wrong with you?
I don't talk to Blitzball Kid. Story doesn't exist, but the story of that little kid is that when he grows up, he wants to be a Blitzball. And actually, for those who might not have known, he will actually somewhat achieve that dream in a sorry way, as was confirmed by Final Fantasy X-2 HD Remake. Because the little kid within the next 2 years will actually die and turn into a monster called a bomb, which is essentially just a floating fireball. and he allows his friend to play ball with him.
Uses it.
So he technically does have his dream and literally does become a blitzball. Alright, so, this fight, we lance it because we have to, then we switch Kimahri for Yuna, defend with Yuna so she will get experience for this fight, we hit once with Titus, with Local Man, and then use the fire spell to finish off this battle. Easy enough! Tutorial fight for Lancet. Because yeah, Kimahri basically is our blue mage, you can learn skills from enemies. Now, we're going to pick up the Scout over here, which is a weapon for Walker that conveniently has Ice Attack. And then we gonna move over here, get Flea, and wow, 6 Speed Spheres already. Alright, 11 more Speed Spheres for the rest of the game. Not a bad point. Because many enemies...
you're looking really good.
Many enemies in this area and upcoming area are weak to... very good counter.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, that's
and
good.
I don't like that, the Stone Walker, but fine enough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's good enough.
Yeah, you're going to be recharging Valefor's Overdrive anyway, so...
Yeah, it's good enough. Because we want Valefor's Overdrive full for the next boss, why we are going to boost now, which is an ability that the Aeons have. Now they take more damage, but also their Overdrive fills quicker. Then I'm going to cast Blizzard on the bee. And then Water on the element. I have full overdrive. Alright, so that was a normal kill on the Dinox, that was a overkill on the bee, that should be 3 Speed Spheres. Unless I get a Power Sphere, it is 3 Speed Spheres. Very nice. So that means for the rest of the run I still need 8 Speed Spheres. With some luck we have these before we will leave this area. That is the one encounter that we absolutely not want to see. Because it's dumb and we don't get anything from it.
And it's also slow to kill.
Alright, time for the next boss. Let's hope for the good turn order, because I still haven't really learned to back up. Alright, Titus hit Rock. Yuna summoned Bird. Hyper Beam the entire field, because Hyper Beam is an AoE now.
I mean, it might as well be. It's a beam.
Yep. Which will kill the tentacles in the back immediately and bring the insect monster out of its shell, where we then will hope for damage rolls to kill it in the next 4 attacks. If we get low rolls, we will need 5, but we are definitely fine. Don't worry about us getting very low on HP. We cannot die here. No matter how high the enemy rolls here, he will never be able to kill us. Even though it might actually end up looking very close. So, now
I think the closest I've ever came for having him kill me is like having 36 HP.
24 for me.
Wow.
And so second fire. The third fire. And the next one, hopefully, will be the kill. So then we kind of want to look out a little bit for what drops he gives us. Because if he drops us a weapon, that is good. And he's dead, very nice. And he did drop us a weapon, that is very nice, because his weapons have a much higher sell value than his armor pieces.
Oh, actually didn't know that.
Yep. The weapons sell for about 400 to 500, while the armor pieces are only 100 or 200. Which is not a huge difference, but could just be the little bit of a difference we need in our first shopping. And, hey, remember back when you were a kid, and your parents told you to not play with fire? you ever listen to them? Well, me neither, so we're gonna burn this entire place down now. By just grabbing these flaming thingies here, putting them next to the door, and presto! Burn! And we take the thing out, and oopsie, wasn't me, was the neighbor's kid. So, this trial is also pretty straightforward, just putting things in the same place. It's always scripted, always the same. I personally have a little bit of a different strategy here, which I still actually have to time if it's faster. But, yeah. Hey, don't push it by accident. That is what loses me time in this strategy. So usually we wouldn't touch that green sphere yet. We would only get that later. But by putting it out of the pedestal, I can do a little something and skip having to walk back and forth. Because I can now just step on this thing, and the platform gets here, and now I can put the fire thing in here. And so I don't have to run all the way back here, put it away, grab this thing, and then later come back to put it back up. Because now it's just sitting over there.
Oh, actually, that is clever. I didn't think to do that.
It is, as I said, I still have yet to time it if it's actually faster. If you actually accidentally get stuck there, it is definitely not. But, you know, just the difference of having to do the little bit extra of putting the sphere into the wall first might negate all the time save, but I like the strat.
I'd say probably save about maybe 4 to 5 seconds.
I like the strat. So now we're gonna burn this door, and then we're gonna steal this fire thingy. Wanna know how we steal it? Now, well, now it's in our hands. And now it's in our pocket.
Gone.
Now it's in our pocket. Which,
One thing I really never liked about these temples is the fact that Tidus can only hold one orb at a time.
I mean, kinda makes sense on the other hand. Because it would break a few things from the gameplay variants, and the other thing is, you know, if you hold two of them, what are you gonna do when you're in a door? You can't exactly open the door when both your hands are full. Boom. Thunder Elemental, would you please use Thunder on Yuna? That would be very, very kind. That is not Yuna. Sad.
I see the strat you're going for.
That should be another 3 speed spheres, means we need another 5. Also gonna do the detour here because I still haven't learned the new strats, so I still need the luck sphere for later.
I wasn't aware there was a new strat without the luck sphere.
There is due to the Sangradora skip. You can now just use a Stone Breath on Seymour and then normal attack him, and then use Spiral Cut to finish off Evray, where you don't need the crits anymore.
I'll have to try that sometime.
Yeah,
that's good info.
I'm not 100% sure on the details, as I have not yet really looked into it either. Boom. So, I actually didn't check the other fight. Technically, I will count 2 because the Dinox doesn't guarantee. So that is another 2, so I might be 1 short if Dinox give me the rare drop of the Foul Sphere. Otherwise, I am good on Speed Spheres for the rest of the run now. Oh, you know, I just grabbed some extra.
Yeah, just get him here.
As I said, as I usually like to say, whoever counts Speed Spheres, I'll just get mine always in Killing them.
True. Hey, it works. You don't have to do the grenade strat with the Bwares later on in Thunder Plains.
Yep. Also got a Power Sphere from the Dinox here, so I am definitely having 2 extras, if not 3 extras, which I'm definitely happy with. Alright, so back on the boat and on to the most hated area in the game.
Oh gosh. It's time.
Not quite.
Chat, are you ready?
Not
Are
quite.
you
Before
prepared?
that, ladies and gentlemen, we have the hardest minigame in the game. Like, this shit's so hard.
I'll make it up.
Like, you can't tell me you ever won that. That thing is rigged that you always lose. Because I've never managed to actually win the jack shot minigame here. It is
are you kidding me?
impossible to win. It is literal impossible to win. So, practice, Alright, so, I'm doing my best, by the way.
You can't do it, kid. No one else can do it. No one else can do it. You're out of your league.
Oh, you're almost there.
That must be it. That must be it. That must be it.
Come on. Oh,
And nope.
no.
Unwinnable.
Well, rip.
I think I was told you need about 11 or 12 things to press away to make it work. Literally impossible. Like, you can't press faster than I just pressed. It's it's physically not possible.
I don't even think a task can do it.
Task maybe. Task maybe. Alright, so Blitzball tutorial, we skip, and off we go. So, no, okay, jokes aside. We lost there on purpose because even in the cutscene remover, if we were to win the jack shot, that would lengthen the cutscene afterwards by about 2 minutes. Which already we don't really care about.
Actually, there's a real reason why we skipped that. The jack shot on cutscene remover crashes the game.
I was coming to that, yeah.
Oh.
I was coming to that. It's fine, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, yeah. We don't need the shot as it's absolutely not necessary to win Blitzball. It is a help, but it's really not required. And yeah, on second thought, due to how our modders in the Final Fantasy X community, shoutouts to them by the way for making this amazing mod, the way they programmed it, they didn't account for actually winning, since losing is already the strategy. Might get changed at some point. I don't know if they actually attempted it before already. Could be that it's simply just impossible. But anyways, Yuna got kidnapped. Wait, what? Their story? We're now on the port because whatever, and we're fighting these weird-looking machine thingies. These weird-looking machine thingies have one good thing for them, as they also have a rare chance to drop Thunder Elemental weapons, which would be really cool. Also, they're they have super high physical defenses, but are weak to lightning magic, so we can just kind of crush them. High potions. But yeah, technically you could get thunder weapons here. I actually had runs before where I got my thunder weapons here, which was quite nice, but doesn't happen quite often. Alright, after this fight I actually have to take an eye on Local Man's level, because due to the insane amount of kills I got on Kilika, since I had just had so many encounters and so many enemies that I was able to kill, there might be a chance that I level up after this fight already, instead of after the next one, which would be huge.
That would be big.
Because with the next level up, we get enough levels to learn Haste. And Local Man is on 5.
And, yep, you got it.
So, we are now moving over here and learning Haste. Anyone who's ever played Final Fantasy, you know what to do. Anyone who's never played any Final Fantasies, it's a spell that makes you go brrr. Quite literally. Which is amazing for this fight in specific. Usually in a normal run, when you're getting average luck, you would only get it after this fight. But now we can just give haste to Lulu, and then she just thunders. There is a second strategy here where Kamari and Local Man do a few attacks, and then depending on if we get a crit or not, that Kamari does an overdrive here. But considering that Lulu now is hasted and gets many more turns than the others, they wouldn't even get a chance.
Do you know how much faster the this strat is than the normal one?
I don't have concrete evidence, but I want to say about 20 seconds.
That's pretty significant.
But yeah, also on top of that, you do have to remember that you kill way more enemies than you usually would, so it only negates a bit of the early grinding. But you know,
Yeah,
having
so-
too many levels early on is never a bad thing. Why did you drop a water mamba?
Oh gosh. Nah, especially for a marathon, like it's always better to be on the safe side.
Alright, and the next boss, don't mind the fact there's no music, that is totally intentional by the game.
Hey!
And we're just gonna do the exact same strat one more time. We're going Haste to Lulu, and then we're using Thunder on this crane to give it some energy. And once the crane actually has enough energy, we can use it to rip the gears out of the boss. Which will do insane amounts of damage to him and actually literally disable him. As he, after that, will not do anything anymore, because, well, after all, his gears are gone. What is supposed to move without the gears? And yeah, there is one other thing with this boss fight, is that we want to give the final attack with Local Man, because the way how drops are calculated, the person who does the last attack gets a little bonus on getting an equipment piece for them by the enemy that was defeated. This dude has a very high likelihood of dropping Thunder Elemental weapons. And we really would want one. And this is the highest odd for this to happen. On this specific fight, we really want to see either a Lightning Steel for Titus here, or a Thunderball for Walker, and we get a Lightning Steel! Oh my god!
Nice.
We
got
actually
one.
get it! The run's doomed now. Please all go home. On average, 1 in 5 runs where I actually get the Lightning Steel make it up to Extractor, the boss where the weapon is used. That's a marathon run, I'll salvage it somehow. Alright, ladies and gentlemen.
The time has come.
The Blitzball Haters Club welcomes you to Blitzball. And the sad news is, we have to win. We can't go draw. It is unfortunate to lose, because that would be kind of bad. Bloody Magic? Oh, of course not.
Nope. Never lucky.
Alrighty then. Mark mode and normal to ensure that our attackers don't engage in this combat here. What's he going for? Dribble. Dribble isn't great, isn't terrible, because now both defenders will go on to him. He's going to no-break shoot. Not liking that.
Jasu's more than likely going to grab the ball here. Oh,
Hand
nope,
block.
never mind.
And that is exactly why I hate that, but yes, again.
Hey, he's got the ball anyway.
Not a great situation to be in, though. Because I think Graf now will... Yep, Graf is aggro on us now. So... This is unfortunate. I could hope for a low roll, or I could hope for a low roll. Bad situation. I guess I'm gonna hope for the low roll, and it's not gonna happen. Well, now, this is a very, very dangerous situation, though the AI is very dumb, so he's probably gonna pass here.
Oh my god, he is.
As I said,
He was
the AI is
literally right in
very
front of
dumb.
him. Wow. This might be a little hairy.
Keep on!
Oh
Titus,
my
to Titus,
God.
to Titus, to Titus, that's
Wow.
Bada. Not Bada, not Bada! Why Bada?
Oh no, not him.
Because Bigson is stronger than Bada! Okay, I can probably salvage this, This is very much improvised right now and just hoping for my luck.
Just gotta get that ball over to Titus as fast as possible.
Pass to Letty. Abyss is not a problem for Letty. Give it to Local Man.
Honestly, not a problem for most of the defenders, actually.
And Local Man, hand it over to the man. Alright, so the strategy of the first half of Blitzball has been concluded. The goal was to do one pass with Titus, to give him 1 experience point, which will, in the halftime, result in him getting a level up. And now we're doing the famous strat called the Yasu Train. So, all aboard! Yasu has a slightly higher speed stat than most of our other characters, which allows him to as long as I don't cut the corners too clutch, allows him to just literally swim in front of these without the enemies ever being able to catch me. So we're just gonna sit here now till the timer hits 5 minutes and we go over to the second half. Very, very bad start, very, very frightening start, but we somehow made it.
That was rough for a second there. I could have sworn that Grav was going to actually shoot.
Nah, the AI is dumb. The first time not. The thing is also, I know the AI by now. I've played the game enough times. If Abus wouldn't have shot there, in this if only one person would have been in... No, wait, Yasu was the only person. If Yasu wouldn't have been there, that's how it starts, he actually would have passed back to Graf in that moment, and then Graf would have swam back to his goal and taken the shot. Also, can we go for a goal? Can we go for a goal?
The goers are
The ball's in the goal! Goal! Alright, halftime. So, with the 1 experience we got on Local Man, he now gets an ability slot, which is automatically filled with the Sphere Shot, which will dramatically increase his shot stat if used. And now we hope for the Lady Magic. Hey! Alright, so now the strategy is to cowardly hide behind our goal for the next about 2 minutes. Really hoping that they give us a good formation, like line attack, because that would be amazing. And then we're going to try for a kind of risky, kind of something strategy that I personally only ever got once, but I'm still gonna aim for it even further, which is called the Blitz-Off Skip. Which you can explain if you want, because I'm too dumb and I focus on time now.
Sure. So the way Blitz-Off Skip works is if you get the ball in the goal right as the scene transitions over to where Waka joins back into the Aurochs, and even if the animation for like the scoring actually doesn't play, as long as the ball makes contact with the goal, you will actually get the point, and you'll also skip the ball being thrown back up and going into Blitz Off, and it'll immediately just progress into the third half. Or, well, not third half, but second half of
it is technically the third half. Most persons call it the third half, even though that's technically a completely incorrect term.
I know. So it was like, wait a second, that's not mathematically correct. Oh, this is actually really good placement. So now he can just go ahead and pass over to Titus.
Local Man.
And then, Local Man. Local Man is going to be in a good position to take the shot. He's just going to go right in front of the goal, and he's not going to have a defender, so he's going to do a
Time is actually working out as well, kinda? No, it's too early.
Nope, yeah, that was a little bit too early, but it's okay. Goal's a goal.
Goal's a goal. Now I just gotta defend it. In 9 seconds, they will not do a counterattack. They will just annoy me and waste some time.
And we know Grav. He loves wasting time.
Actually, he goes south. Okay, never mind. We get it.
Oh,
through.
good.
Very nice. Not wasting time with extra actions. All right, so third half. Can we get some more Lady Magic? So the goal here, by the way, is just now to waste more time, either by a Yasu train or by hiding behind the goal. And in doing so, just wait until time runs out so we win. We want to win Blitzball here specifically because if we win, we get a reward. The reward being a Strength Sphere. A sphere that will allow to turn an empty field on the sphere grid into a +4 strength. And +4 strength is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, especially against boss fights later on, like
Okay, that should be fine.
Oh,
give it to someone good. Give it to someone good.
Oh my gosh.
Why?
Oh no.
I mean, okay, guess. Okay, good. No, it's fine. It's fine. He's close. Free pass is more than enough. Free pass is more than
he can attack. He can take an attack from Vixen.
Okay, good. Free pass should be more than enough here, and Yasu train.
There we go. So yeah, strength, like you said, the strength node is going to make all the difference later, especially when damage starts getting really tight. especially for fights like Evray, where you only have a very small amount of time before Evray will wipe out your entire party.
The other thing also is that usually, of course, not winning here is just considered slow because it usually takes a lot of time to lose, as well as, well, the time lost you have from doing the backup strats in this game. So usually on PB attempts, you would just reset if it happens.
I think it's like, what, 2 minutes slower for Blitz loss?
2.5, I want to say. Alright, so I actually forgot to equip Lightning Steel here, so I won't be able...
Oh, no.
It's fine, it's fine. So I won't do... I would have to cheer a few times anyway, just so it's like, whatever. And that is a useful crit. Actually, we counted them before it counted. Useless crit.
Yeah, that... Is it a useless crit?
It is a useless crit. We do get some extra spheres from it, but we counted it 2 times already for fights that gave us extra spheres. We counted. More
That
money
is
for
fair.
charity.
Well, while you're
another
doing
one.
this... Hey, yep. While we're doing this, I'll explain the Lightning Steel strat. So for the weapon that he got, Lightning Steel is way more effective during underwater fights like this. So typically what the strat would have been is he would have hasted Local Man, and then he would have cheered 3 to 4 times, and what that would have done is that would have guaranteed every single attack that Local Man does results in an overkill, which would have been even more money to charity. But realistically, it would just be more power spheres that we would have for the rest of the run.
I mean,
that we would not need to
overkills are not equaling crits, so. But yeah.
Actually, no, you're right. You're right. It has to be an actual crit, not just an overkill.
It actually has to be. I could take a turn to switch weapons, but now I'm not dedicated enough. The big advantage of actually doing that strat here would be that after this fight, I'd have all the strength spheres I need for the rest of the game. I wouldn't have to put a thought onto it anymore, but it would cost time.
Yeah.
So it is a win-lose situation. It is a risk-reward situation in this moment. Where you gotta ask yourself, do I want to use that time to not have to worry later, or do I just hope on my luck that I get enough in the late game that I don't have to care about it anyways? And another crit. Useless.
Alright, and we're up to 8.
$4 for charity!
Yay!
Someone
So
say
that's
5?
a total of 20. That's a total of 20 power spheres from that fight. Normally we're guaranteed to get.
Hey!
Normally we're guaranteed to get 17. So each additional overkill we got guaranteed us another power sphere, including the kill on the Lamashtu just now.
Alright, I do have a Lightning Steel, so I'm not gonna do my old strat of blind and hit with everyone. I'm actually going to do the actual strat here now. Which means just hitting with Orin and healing Titus if he's low on HP. If his Titus is less than 312, then we throw potions. We will do 1 attack with Titus, and the rest is just all Orin. Because Orin has the highest strength, he does the highest damage, and the enemy, the Garuda, is well known for doing counterattacks. So the less attacks needed to kill him, the faster the battle is. This enemy also has a has a guarantee that he drops a weapon, and on top of that, also has a decent chance to drop elemental weapons. Funny enough, I've had more Lightning Steels drop from this enemy than from the Obliterator, who has a way higher chance to drop it.
Yeah, same here. I've gotten both Thunderball and Lightning Steel off of this boss at some point.
Yep. We got a Frost Blade, so if we actually would have done the normal strategy here, and that wouldn't have affected RNG too much, it would have been Ice Brand for Titus, so... At least I assume so, since it's an Orin weapon, it's hard to say in post. Grab these 2 chests, and then we're off to leave Luca with our Lightning Steel and with our... Actually, before I forget that I actually have it...
Yeah, make sure you equip it. Otherwise, that's an additional, like, 3 or 4 cheers for Extractor.
I mean, you could still change weapon, take an extra turn to change weapon in Grease fight. Probably wouldn't make a huge difference there.
I guess that's true, because, yeah, usually you take Tidus's turn to defend anyway.
But before we forget that we actually have it, also it looks cool, so...
Oh yeah, I love the design of Lightning Steel. I actually like it better than Sonic Steel. And sadly, we do not see the ha-ha-ha cutscene, so F's in chat for that. No ha-has.
Well, who says ha-ha? Say ho-ho-ho! Ho-ho-ho-ho-ho-ho-ho! Yes, I'm wearing a Christmas Christmas shirt already with Titus, with Final Fantasy motive. Bonk!
I kind of need that shirt. You need to link me where you got it so I can buy it. That shirt is actually a banger.
Personally, I have to say I don't even know where I got it. I got bought like 2 years ago from a site that was linked actually in the Final Fantasy X SpeedCon Discord. Maybe
I'm sure I'll probably have to do some Google foo and find it.
Maybe you can ask around the Discord again, and they probably will be able to lead you to it. Anyways, me and High Road. There are 2 things I really wish to see in this area.
Live and let live.
The first thing I really wish to see is a bomb. A monster that I talked earlier about, with a completely different context, but I would love to see a bomb, because that is kind of required. And the other thing I love to see is whenever I get an encounter with a wolf in it, to have the wolf get a turn before us and actually attack Yuna. Because I just hate Yuna and want her to get damaged as much as possible. No, jokes aside, there is a different strategy for the next big boss. There is a there are 2 different strats you can do. One of them, of course, being faster than the other, but it requires a full overdrive bar on Yuna. So every single hit on Yuna makes a difference.
Almost to halfway.
I'd love to see it. Also, we just talked to the guy here before for a spear that we are never going to use. We're just going to sell it for about 3,500 gil in order to compensate for the weapon where we're going to buy soon. It will cost us about 11,000.
Hey, I'm a guardian now, so watch out. Live and let live.
Sometimes he'll get these little Tidus quips that he does that just does nothing but waste time.
Yep. Especially
they are specific to very certain areas, so it's not like he'll randomly save them.
I'll be right back.
But like based on the area that he's in, he'll say a different one.
I mean, the one when he's running away don't really add time. The ones that are really, really annoying to see is the ones at the start of the battle, because those eat up time, especially if you have an encounter that potentially goes before you. So you will actually have to wait until Titus finishes the dialogue before the encounter starts moving, and then have to flee. Also, say hello to the bombs, which I'm gonna suck right now to learn how to be a suicide bomber.
You should probably watch what you say in a theater on event for charity.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
You don't want to end up banned like the other guy.
Fair, but come on. Is there a better way to describe it? Is there?
Probably.
Then think of one, because I can't. Hit you,
You're sure you're alright?
Never better. I won't go so easy on you next time.
Self-destruct specialist.
Doesn't sound much better in context.
No, but it's marathon safe.
Fair. Come on, dual horn, attack Yuna, attack Yuna.
I'll be right back.
Dual horns here and the wolves are the 2 monsters on this in this area that have a chance to go before Titus can run away.
Now I've heard that there is a glitch that happens on the Chocobo Eater boss where if he does end up punching a character and they die, if their overdrive fills from that, it actually ends up resetting afterwards. Is that true?
Well, yes, but actually no. After the first push, It saves everything that like if he punches
How much further do we
someone,
have to go?
then pushes someone, that punch overdrive fill and the push overdrive fill will still be saved, but everything after that gets withdrawn again after the fight.
Okay, I see. So after the first push, if he ends up punching somebody and their overdrive fills up from that, then that overdrive is lost.
Well, yeah, it gets reduced again to the value it was before the punch then.
Okay, that makes sense.
Is what I think it was. I'm not 110% sure about it myself anymore. It's been a while that I've actually done, but yeah, what I can say from just experience, it doesn't reset fully. There is a point in the fight where it just starts. Speaking of the Chocobo Eater fight, very easy fight. We hope he punches Yuna a lot. We're going to make him faster, because I like him faster. And he's gonna your next Walker. Why are you gonna your next Walker? Can I switch out Walker? No. At least not for Yuna. That would have been too many switches. That's
well, now
fine.
Waka's overdrive is full.
Switch that for Kamari. Push me. Push me or hit Yuna. I don't want to see anything else. There we go. So there are multiple ways to end this fight. You can either kill him, you can push him off the ledge, or he can push you off the ledge. With him pushing us off the ledge being the fastest option. So that worked. I'm gonna keep Kamarian over Walker because we don't really care anymore anyways. And with that, welcome to Death Road. Technically Old Road, but it's also Death Road because there are two encounters here. If they ambush you, just have a way too freaking high chance
I won't go so easy on you next time.
Even if you're just healed up to full. I have more than enough clips of me falling down here from the Choco Eater, touching the save sphere, getting this encounter immediately, and then game overing. Which, to be fair,
all it takes is one dual horn ambush and you're dead.
Which, to be fair, is the exact moment when you want to see it, because then at least you're literally seconds away from the quick save, auto save.
True. Better than being almost to the end of the road.
Annoying nonetheless.
Live and let live!
Doesn't seem likely that we're gonna get Yuna's overdrive filled here.
Never say never. Dual horn ambush, or just anything with a Drake, and she's nearly full. As they fill up a ton.
See what happens. Oh.
Bomb ambush. All on Yuna, all on Yuna, all on Yuna. Thank you, thank you. Contributing further, that's not Yuna. Please hit Yuna, thank you.
Ooh, that did quite a bit of damage. So if we could get that to happen one more time, we might be able to get Yuna up to full.
I mean, there's always the chance that she's getting nearly full and then just the final hit on Gui before, like at the very start of the Gui 2 fight that he just punches Yuna and then it's full. That is always still an option that can happen. And I love it when it happens.
I'm sorry,
Was supposed to talk to the guy, not run past him, but whatever, it's minor time loss. Good old road, by the way. I didn't know that
either. I thought you were supposed to run past him.
Now you can talk to him to say like half a second or so. So, just also to put in perspective, very bad me and high road, good old road. We talked to this guy to get a tough bangle, which we also gonna sell for a hell of a lot of money.
I've actually never gotten the tough bangle before.
Yeah, it used to be in the spread, but then a new way of the new and consistent way of doing Classical skip was found. And it was not viable anymore because it took too much time, and then you couldn't do the safe Classical skip setup anymore. And now it cuts through over. I personally don't see a reason why we shouldn't pick it up. It's free 2,000 something gil.
Is it? Wow. Yeah, that is a lot.
I mean, that tough bangle has a HP plus 20% buff on it, which is quite valuable. Oren and Walker. Well, let's see how this goes. So, welcome to Mushroom Rock Road, aka Grind Road. We want to see, within the first 3 encounters we get here, we want to see Mushroom. Best case scenario, we want to see mushroom. If we don't
Not
see
an ambush.
if we don't see
And
mushroom,
we got an ambush.
yeah, if we don't see mushroom, then we don't really care. Then we just take whatever we get on the third encounter, unless it's a Garuda.
Then we curse the heavens. Oh,
I won't
wow.
go so easy on you
See
next
you later,
time.
Orin.
I mean, I literally had runs before, the first 2 encounters being okay, but not great, and then the third one being a Garuda, the fourth one being a Garuda, the fifth one being an ambush that nearly killed me, the sixth one being a Garuda.
That's Mushroom Rock Road for you.
More
Oh
ambushes!
my god, double
Ambush
ambush.
Rock Road as well. The irony about getting so many ambushes in this area is that at the end of the area, we're going to buy a weapon for Orin
live.
that as long as he's in the party, we will never get ambushed again.
That actually has the first strike ability, correct?
No, it has initiative, which is literally
initiative. That's right.
just prevents ambushes.
That's right. I forgot.
Alright,
You
third
get an
encounter.
ability later to do that.
No mushrooms.
Nope.
Sad. We're
Oh.
gonna switch Titus for Kamari, defend. Gonna defend on Walker, switch Orin with Yuna, summon Velfor, and do a energy ray. Not a blast, but a ray here. Because the ray has a fast animation and is more than enough damage to overkill the enemies I've seen on screen.
Please.
This will give us a mighty boost in experience since we just haven't fought that much yet. We were supposed to be way higher level already, so these just give way more experience and good for us, giving everyone like 3 to 4 levels. And then we're gonna start menuing, and did I just see that right? Yeah, Kamari doesn't have even enough. Blah. Did Walker at least have 9? Please tell me Walker at least has 9.
Now, the reason why he wanted to find a Funguar specifically is because Funguars have the highest AP yield of the entire group of enemies. So that is what we're trying to do, is we're trying to get Yuna's AP high enough so that we can do her complete sphere grid before the end of Mushroom Rock Road. So this is the first half, and then after this, we've got one more sphere grid grind to get Yuna to sphere grid level 3 to get her last few. Oh man.
Yeah, no, and the other thing is that we want level 6 on Kamari and level 9 on Walker, which I, in both cases now, didn't get. So we're gonna have to do an extra menu on those 2 after this fight as well.
Now, I've never seen that backup strat that you just did, with the level 1 key sphere.
It used to be a strat a while back, but I don't think anyone has caught on to it. The advantage is that if you get a Funguar and actually get level 9, you get both strength ups here, right now, and don't have to do it in the menu after Glee anymore. Alright,
okay.
That is... that wasn't a Funguar, that means we switch to Kamari and attack the Lamashtu. If there's a Raptor attack, no. If there's a attack the
You just
Gondola.
attack the Gondola with him.
Orin for Yuna. Summon Velfor. If there still is a Lamash to fire.
I think it's Fire Boost, then Blizzard.
Yes, indeed.
I've done that so many times where I actually know what I need to do without looking at the guide. I don't know if that means that I'm a super tryhard now, but you know what? I'll take it. I'm proud of me for remembering.
I remember times before the guide was reworded when I was running, because the guide used to be just like it was in Kilika, just this encounter do this encounter do that. And at that point I actually also knew it by heart what to do on every enemy. Alright, that is one more level for Kamari, allowing to get this HP over here that we need. Then we can get Waka with 2 levels back over here and get the power over there. And Yuna only has 2 instead of 3 levels, so we still need to do one more fight to actually get the experience needed. Which means we hope for Raptor here. There There is no raptor, but there's a gondola at least, so that's fine. Defend, attack that thing. Switch for local man and flee. By the way, that's the mushroom I was looking for earlier.
Yeah, that should give us enough AP for Yuna.
Yep.
So after these two nodes he fills in the spear grid here, we are officially done grinding on Mushroom Rock Road, and we can continue on to the next boss.
Yay! Also, annoying side fact that Yuna now is faster than Titus, so I actually have to remember that, because now every single fight I first have to flee. I first have to defend with Yuna, then flee with Titus. Because Yuna will just now always get the first move. Which is why I, for a long while, always liked to do an older strat, where we only got Yuna this speed up in the next menu after Sphere Morph. Well, we did get the magic here, but just not the speed, and that kept her actually slower than Titus, because she's not really needed up to that point anymore, and that little bit of speed does make a little bit of a difference now, because it makes Gui a little bit safer, but there were backup strats for that. Alright, anyways. Shopping. Actually, I just noticed I never sorted my items after thingamajig. Small thing that I will have to keep track of later. Never sorted my items after Obliterator, which was supposed to be done, but yeah, whatever.
You're supposed to do auto sort, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't, so whatever. Now I will have to actually just search around my inventory for a little bit. Because now we are going to sell a bunch of stuff, because we need 10,890 gil.
Monopolies are great.
Got any items? We're going to sell all my high potions. And then weapons, we're going to sell the Blinding Cane Sif for 700. Water Mamba is 800. Tough Bengal Hunter Spear, and that is more than enough already. Equip the thing, heal, remember that the auto split doesn't work here. Hey, lost 30 seconds on Mushroom Rock Road, who would have expected that? And welcome to the next boss fight.
And this is the last time we'll see Valifor for the rest of the run.
Uniform Orin. Well, not the last time.
Not the last time. We'll see him again, but definitely not on our side.
Yep.
So the
local man defend. Walker, switch weapon for anything non-elemental or thunder elemental. Switch for Kamari.
And
Use
hope for a crit.
self-destruct.
Can we get the crit?
Nope.
Oh, not today.
Only ever seen it once. We're going to summon Velfor. I still think it is possible for, with some luck, that Gui could fill that if he actually hits Yuna in the start of the second fight. I'm still gonna go with the original strat in case that doesn't happen. By the time it does happen, it won't matter anymore. Because the difference is, for the second fight with this boss, because yes, we're gonna fight him twice, we're either gonna have to use 5 spells on the main body plus 1 on the head, or we use 2 on the main body, then use Yuna's Overdrive to summon Velfor with full Overdrive again, even though it's empty now. And then we basically just need 3 attacks instead of doing 6. Which saves about 20, 30, 40 seconds.
Roughly that, yeah.
So it's gonna be useless if he actually gets filled the moment that I attack the head. But at this point I can't really expect to hit the head, so had to expect that to happen, so we're gonna play it safe. Also, hey, the invisible arms are locked. This dude has arms. You just can't see them.
What are the arms for?
The arms are for defense.
Thank you. That's how you can tell we're in sync.
That's
This is
two.
the only time that Seymour is going to be in our party.
Which is kind of mean, considering he gets like, what was it again? 7, 8, 10 levels from this?
True, yeah.
This was
Quite a bit.
This was such bait.
Also, take a look at how absurdly high Seymour's MP is.
What do you mean? 999 MP is not that
999.
bad.
Why did they have to make his MP that high?
So that he can make sure that he can heal himself, so people that desperately need to see his overdrive can actually heal him long enough.
Ah, right, Requiem. It's been a while since I've even seen Requiem used.
Same. I mean, the main banger that made me want to see it was just to have more time to actually enjoy the music, but Cutscene Remover sadly cuts that out.
Yeah, big Fs to that. We
There are
don't
a
get to
lot-
hear
there-
the last Seymour music, which is arguably the best Seymour
I mean,
music in the game.
Yeah, the fight with Seymour soundtrack and just the soundtrack here when fighting alongside Seymour, both amazing. Oren and Waka. Heal up. And we're moving on as if nothing happened and if there just wasn't a mass murder happening in front of us. Wait, there's a story? Why am I talking story? There's no story. Welcome
Yeah, what's
to
the story?
RNG Road Part 2. We have one goal and one goal only in the next part, and that is we want to see some snakes, some sneaky snakes. Because we have basilisks on this route. Huge, giant snakes that look exactly like this.
There it is.
And they have a attack that Kamari can learn via his blue magic, which is Stone Breath, which is insanely overpowered and is going to carry us throughout a few very, very annoying and difficult fights in the mid-game. Alright, now that we have the basilisks, we're going to the temple in Jose. But
Arguably
first,
the best temple in the game.
but
No
first we
sarcasm
will
intended.
try to do the task-only Jose skip. Push me, Chocobo, push me! So, a little bit of fun lore. It doesn't really matter for the cutscene remover, but there is a way to skip the entirety of the Jose Temple by getting pushed with this Chocobo, then talking to the NPC in front of us while being pushed, and then still getting pushed on into the cutscene trigger, allowing us to walk in the cutscene that happens at the end of this road, and then just go to the left instead of getting forced to the right.
I actually did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing. It is task only though, and funnily enough, the task that was created to do it was able to pull it off once, and then never again. I was told.
Wow.
Like, it is really a 1 in a million chance, even for a task, to pull that off. Because it is just RNG how the Chocobo flings you in front of him. Because, of course,
Right.
when he pushes you, he basically works like a arrow in that case. Not no. Like, he is like what the thing's called again? The snow shovel thingies in front of trains that used in icy areas, etc., etc. You know what I'm talking about. Like, that is it is working like that. Like, in the moment you're standing in front, you're not gonna stay in front, but you're gonna automatically get drifted to the sides. And by that, it is just, again, a millions to one to actually get pushed far enough and in the right angles that you actually get pushed all the way into the cutscene. Because the moment you start talking to the NPC, you can't walk anymore. You just have to hope that it works. But yeah, also funnily enough, by doing that skip, Ixion is just getting added to your party. By the way, speaking of Ixion just getting added to your party, reminded me of one thing that I have to say, by the way, and just want to warn about, because the mid-game can be rough. There is a bug that is known with the cutscene remover that likes to occur, likes to happen when you reload the game, which we may or may not be forced to do at some point if a fight goes very badly or I made a mistake somewhere. It can happen that Titus will, or local man, will get renamed into blank.
Oh, yep.
That the name will just be completely removed, no name bug. In which case, if it should happen, I want to apologize dearly to my co-commentator, who was the one who donated for the character name. Sadly, always is a thing that can happen. If I run good and if everything works out, then it should never happen. But I just want to say that I've done one D-Rust run, haven't ran the game in 3 months before that D-Rust run, and also it's 2:30 in the morning, so chances I mess up at some point, not zero.
It's okay. If it happens, I'll just ask the charity for a refund.
Alright, meanwhile, Jose Temple halfway done. Now all we have to do is to put this one into the left side and then put the two that are in the pedestal all the way to the bottom. And hey, a joke for those who know Final Fantasy X-2. Which pedestal is going to be the correct one on top? For those who haven't played X-2, in Final Fantasy X-2 you actually visit this temple again, but the trial is a little bit different to a point where the elevator that's going to appear here in a moment is going to show up immediately. And then on the second floor you have 5 pedestals in the back. Here in Final Fantasy X we just have to push all 5 in and then the way gets opened and everything's fine. In X-2, 4 of these pedestals are traps that spawn enemies that you have to fight then. And one of them actually is the switch that, you know, opens the door. And it is RNG which one is the correct one in every single run.
Oh, if they couldn't have made this temple any worse, they had to include Russian roulette.
Yes, indeed. And so the fun thing is, which of the 5
this exists? Like, why do we have to push these 5 pedestals in? Like, that was enough of a puzzle. Like, just let us go.
I'm just saying again, so which one of these 5 is going to be the correct one? I'm gonna say it's the far right one. Because, funnily enough, it is RNG, but also in X-2, it seems that 90% of the time it's the far right one. Unless, of course, you're on a 2-minute PB pace, then it's not.
The game knows.
Game knows. Alright, temple done. We get our next Pokemon. We get our electric unicorn. We get our Zep Striker. Beautiful Pokemon from Black and White. Loved it dearly. Was very long time part of my main team. Loved it dearly. Great Pokemon.
I appreciate the Zeb Striker joke. I was gonna make it if you didn't.
I mean, I do have for everyone but for Joe Jimbo and the sisters. I have names.
Oh. Yeah. Wait, so then who's Bahamut?
Zekrom. Zekrom.
Oh, Zek. Okay, I can see that.
It's not exactly lightning since he's neutral element, but I mean, big black dragon.
Big heck off dragon, yeah.
No, big black dragon because color matches as well.
True.
Alright, so, by the way, encounter count so far, since we do have an encounter counter, we're on 68 encounters right now, which is actually nice. It means I am 1 encounter under average, because, jokes, actually, the average encounter rate for a runner when he enters Jose Temple
go so easy
is
on you next
69.
time.
Nice.
Good job.
So, Moonflow. Not a lot to say. Some very nasty encounters that we don't really care about because they are, again, not able to ambush us due to the new weapon we bought for Orin. So ambushes won't happen. The bees can outspeed us. Nothing else in this area can.
Live and let
So
live.
as long as we don't see the bees and have to yell, "Not the bees!" We should get out of any encounter here very, very quickly. And then there is one hidden chest that we're going to pick up.
Live and let live.
And that's basically the entirety of Moonflow done then already.
Yeah, from this point onward, it's a lot of this is just going to be running from enemies, getting occasional steals,
That won't go so
filling
easy on you next
overdrive,
time.
and that's really just it. And then we just flee from everything else.
We have one more grinding segment. One more segment where we actively kill monsters.
That is true.
And that will be,
I'll be right back.
in numbers, usually 5 to 6 monsters that we kill. And the rest of the run, aside from that, just bosses.
Yep.
Just bosses and unrunnable encounters.
I'll be right back.
By the way, everybody, just a quick reminder, we are currently $66 towards charity so far. We want to say thank you to everybody who has donated to Save the Children during
No
SpeedCon.
problem.
We still have
Live and let
plenty of the marathon left to go. So we would love to hit at least $100 before, well, midnight for me is 4 hours from now. So the next 4 hours, I'd like to see if we can hit that $100 goal. Still got plenty of good runs ahead. Still plenty of incentives to donate towards. And of course, you know, we're raising money for an amazing cause. So what more could you ask for?
Alright, time to embarrass myself in front of a live audience. I hate elemental reels.
Oh, here we go. I love element reels. Are you kidding me?
The thing for me is, even as a little kid, I never used it. I literally just got attack reels the moment I got out of Luca and never used anything else. Till the point when I started speedrunning this game, I never used elemental reels. And now we have to. Now it is a strat that we can use in this fight, where we just actually on the reels just need to hit 2 times lightning, which is harder than it sounds when you absolutely don't know the thing and are in a hurry to go fast. Because when you spend 30 seconds on the reels, so you can actually get the right constellation, that wastes more time than it saves. Alright,
Can you
Extractor.
answer a question for me real quick?
Sure.
How the heck did Waka speak underwater just now?
Fireflies.
Yeah, fireflies.
Same joke I always make in my World of Final Fantasy runs.
Same reason why they can breathe forever.
I mean, no.
don't
They
have
they can't breathe. They can hold their breath. They trained themselves to hold their breath for extensive amounts of time. Because apparently, with enough willpower and training, you too can just say, "Screw air! I'm just going to play underwater rugby without doing a single breath within 10 minutes."
Easy. Yep. See, anybody can do it if you believe.
By the way, very threatening boss with very threatening boss music.
I mean,
Nice
there's nothing
crits.
more threatening than shoe puff music.
Yeah, Walker getting some decent crits in here. Now let's see how the reels go, because we did get the crits. The reels should be able to kill as long as I get at least 2 lightning.
Yo.
That's at least 2 lightning.
There's actually a trick to the last 2. If you mash after you get one of the lightnings, you're likely to get the other one immediately.
We'll have to try it out at some point. Good extractor fight, however, and we get a water ball from it. Very helpful. Yeah, no, all in all, I can't complain about that extractor. I just saved 14 seconds on PB, so...
Are you ahead of PB now?
Still 36 seconds behind.
It's okay. You can make up that time.
Definitely a possibility. The big down point is some extra scenes have been added to Guadalsalam with one of the recent patches that I have still not PB'd on. So there is guaranteed about a minute time loss that I'll have here now in Guadalsalam. Will we see the unlogical thing that Riku gets her overdrive filled with a dodge? No.
You should know.
That is fine though. It's funny to see, but it's not like it changes anything. Gonna mix 2 ability spheres here to make a frag grenade to overkill that thing.
That I can combine. It's not that.
Get some extra strength. Some extra power spheres that way around. Alright, do I have enough potions? I do, very nice. Potions empty. This point,
Yeah, it looks like we're actually not looking too bad on power sphere count. I just checked, we're at 31.
I am not checked. I usually check power sphere not before Beaconell. Because in Beaconell, the notes tell me, hey, you still need this many power spheres. And then I start caring again.
Right.
Other people stress themselves out with the power sphere and speed sphere count over the entire run. Meanwhile, as I said again, I just do Kilika, which I never really leave with more than 2 or 3 spheres missing. So I just note down in my head to take one of the double Boer Iron Giant encounters in Thunder Plains, and I'm done with that. Don't even count if I get in Mushroom anymore at that point. And yeah, again, with Power Spheres, I do not care up till Beaconell, because there's not really anything you could take as an extra encounter. So, this got added in back recently, that you just have to
Get the feeling
get around here and
against the
actually
master.
talk to everyone once. This used to be completely skipped, but the cutscene mod remover modders behind us want to basically leave the amount of movement and walking that you have to do the same as to the vanilla game.
That's fair.
Which is also why they added another cutscene back in that they removed for a while here in the far plane, but before that we grabbed that cheeky little hidden chest here with the lightning marbles, which will be our life savers for the next 2 bosses. So, and usually on older patches on the cutscene remover you would be here, it would turn to black, and then you would be outside again. Not now anymore, now we actually have to go to Taboo, and we have to go to Yuna. And now we're out again.
I guess them adding those cutscenes back in was kind of a fair compromise to make.
Yeah, I personally still say it's fine, but as I mentioned before, this is time loss for me, as it wasn't in the previous patches. And I haven't PB'd on this patch of the cutscene remover, so time loss. Just finishing up. Telling our friends that Seymour just went to Macarena Temple. Macarena.
So yeah, apparently Macarena is canon in Final Fantasy X. One thing I wanted to kind of point out, in any percent, not the cutscene remover, there is a skip in Guadalsalam called Guadalsalam Skip that allows us to bypass that guard there. So we're able to use a cutscene trigger, kind of similar to what he explained earlier with Jose's skip, but it's a lot easier. All you do is you abuse a character who pushes you into a cutscene trigger. You get...
Keep on talking. Just normal Thunder Plains things happening here. Just normal Thunder Plains things.
Pushed into a trigger.
Yeah, I mean, I was dumb myself because I completely forgot to put Auron back into the party. This is completely on me. This is completely on me. This is completely fine. We just lost about 30 seconds with this. Don't mention it. Continue on.
Wait, Yuna's not supposed to be there. But yeah, so you get pushed into a cutscene trigger and you get movement back. So you use that while a cutscene is playing. You use Edith to move around the mini-map and then navigate into the Thunder Plains.
I'll be right back.
Saves, I want to say... Oh gosh,
30
I
to
don't
40
know.
seconds.
Probably like closer, yeah, close to like a minute or so.
It is about 30 to 40 seconds if you get it on the first try. It is about 10 seconds if you get it on the second try. And it's time loss if you get it on the third try or further behind. Because
yeah.
as long as you don't trigger the cutscene, if your movement is just wrong and you don't get pushed into the cutscene, you can reset up as often as you want. But there's just a point that, you know, you lose them way more than you were able to save there.
Yep. And there's also a similar trick in any percent called the Jiskel skip, which uses the same, it uses basically the same type of thing. And that skips having to go into, having to find out about the whole Jiskel thing. Or
it is a bit more specific, since instead of talking to person A and getting pushed into the cutscene by person B, you basically have to frame perfectly, talk to a person, and then turn around as you stand like a frame off of the cutscene trigger, and then just by turning around, you move that frame into the cutscene trigger while you start the conversation. It is super precise. Can take a lot of time. Shut up, Riku. Alright, but yeah, Thunder Plains. We have some little shopping to do where I'm going to sell the longsword antique katana. I'm going to buy a shimmering blade that I'm not gonna equip, and I'm going to buy items. I'm gonna buy 11 Phoenix Downs and about 5 grenades. And then we're gonna move on.
Oh wow, you buy a lot more Phoenix Downs than I do.
Yes, I can cover for it though.
It's not...
Yeah. I can cover for it though, as I grab the 5,000 guild chest on the Super Vault instead of grabbing the 4,000 guild chest in Jose.
Is that actually faster, or...?
It isn't exactly slower, since you have to enter the area anyways.
That is true.
And
both areas require a slight detour, so yeah, I don't really see that being any slower. Plus, you get an extra 1,000 gil.
Yep. And I do use that still in my casual play, but also for Marathon it's just a nice backup, because there's nothing worse than standing in front of the final boss and then realizing, oh crap, I don't have anything to kill him.
Oh, yeah.
Doing a very slow thing here, but I don't mind. Just hope the eyes don't confuse Titus or kill Riku. Good.
Yeah, the super cool thing about Riku is, like, if she's low on HP, she'll do this thing where she, like, stumbles back onto her legs, and it usually wastes about 5 to 6 seconds every time. So you never want to have her in crit health when you're trying to use her on the party.
Yep. But the other thing is, these Iron Giants have a gimmick that they will always just attack the person in the party with the lowest HP, which will always be Riku, since her max HP is in at 360. And since she has so little max HP, she also gets a ton of overdrive. And Riku's overdrive is kind of busted, so we taken that. Also, we stole a Lunar Curtain, which will be important in a boss fight soon, and wow. This is the I'm short on speed spheres runner's dream.
Yeah, I've never seen this many double war Iron Giant encounters.
Well, whenever you don't need them, right?
Yeah, exactly. When you don't need them, they show up. But when you do need them, nowhere to be found.
Speaking of nowhere to be found, do you want to... Yeah. Do you want
never
to...
mind.
Do you want to explain what happens in the next area?
Yes. In regards to, like, stealing or...
Just general. What we do, what happens.
Yeah, so, when we get to Macalania, so there is going to be a couple, things that we'll need to do. First things, we're going to need to make sure that Riku's overdrive is full, which we already took care of because of the Iron Giants. But we're also going to need to steal from 2 individual enemies. One is the blue element, which we'll get a fish scale from, and the second being a chimera. The chimera has Arctic wind. The reason why we steal from those enemies specifically is because we need those particular items in case of a particular element being picked during the Spheromorph fight. The way the Spheromorph fight works is if Spheromorph is attacked, he'll retaliate with a particular element, and that element is always going to be random. It can be either fire, water, lightning, or blizzard. And what you want to do is you want to use a item of the opposite element of that of the element that it attacks you with. So, for example, if it retaliates with thunder, you want to attack with a water element, in which case you would use a fish scale mixed with a magic defense sphere to create tidal wave.
Getting the fish scales is actually the hard part because as the elementals are fairly common, they often are together with fast monsters like the bees or the raptors that that aren't that dangerous on their own, but they are strong enough to actually kill Riku if they want to.
And they will target Riku a lot. And another unfortunate side effect of the Melocene is they can have the Stone Touch ability. So if they attack you, there is a chance that they will turn your character to stone immediately. And unless you use an item like a soft, that just happened to Orin. So Orin's pretty much unusable unless you leave the fight. Or,
did you just commentator curse me?
I did.
At least it wasn't on a useful character. But yeah, so the water elementals are, as I said, they're usually the hard part because there's just so much that can go wrong. And even if he doesn't petrify, the lizard actually is strong enough to kill Riku in one attack.
Yep.
With the bees probably need 2 attacks, but there can be some unfortunate circumstances. For example, you just had a bee encounter that didn't have elementals in it, the bee stung Riku, you didn't pay attention to that, get into the next encounter, it's bee and elementals, bee hits Riku again, Riku dies. So the elemental is actually the harder encounter, so I'm happy to get it down. However, the problem right now is we are about to leave the area, we will probably only get 1 more encounter, and we still haven't seen a Chimera. And
yeah,
can I stop going to items? And the issue with that is, it is not a run kill to happen like this, but we now have a 25% chance on the next boss that we just won't have anything to fight him with. That we will have to use extra maneuvers to weaken him or straight up just reset. Also, we want to touch the little butterfly here, not because we actually like the minigame, but because that will guarantee that we don't get more encounters here. Well, guess...
Another thing that can happen during steals is you can accidentally steal their rare item. So if you're going for a Chimera, the normal item that you want to steal is called Arctic Wind. However, there is a small chance that you can steal the Lightning Marble rare steal, and you don't want that to happen. So there's a lot that can go wrong in Macalania for sure.
Titus Yuna Kimari.
It is Yuna Kimari.
I had to scroll down my notes as I haven't done that in a bit.
You're good. I can be your notes. I actually almost have the entirety of the notes memorized.
Me too, there's just like a few minor things here and there.
Yeah, like formation specifically.
Or the big question that always confuses me between Seymour and Wendigo. Haste then weapon, or weapon then haste?
It's weapon then haste.
No, because for the one it's this way around, for the other one it's the other way around.
Oh, yeah, Seymour is weapon then haste, and then Wendigo is haste then weapon.
Was that a grenade crit?
It's stupid.
That was a grenade crit. That was a freaking grenade crit.
Oh my god, it was. And it was water, so we should be able to do lightning marble, magic defense sphere, so we're good.
Thank you for looking out for that, because I totally not. But yeah, that was a useless crit. Grenades usually do about 350 damage.
Another 10 useless crits. Let's go.
$5 for charity, and we're only halfway done.
Yep. Yeah, so thankfully we got lucky on Spheromorph. We didn't have to, he's got too distracted, yeah. Yeah, thankfully we didn't have to worry about the lack of having Arctic Wind. Thank goodness. Because, yeah, this could have gone very differently if we needed that item.
I mean, the other thing is, we're supposed to buy, was it 2 or was it Rod of Lightning? Really?
Wow.
We were supposed to buy, was it 2 or 3 grenades? I bought 5, so I would have some extras to throw. So that wouldn't have been the end of the world.
So now we're gonna start beefing up Yuna. We're gonna be giving her some strength stats, and slowly but surely we're gonna be turning her into a female Rocky Balboa. A Rochelle Balboa, if you will. Bad joke. Anyway, so yeah, we're basically gonna be doing this throughout the run. Little by little, Yuna's just gonna get stronger and stronger. Kimahri is also going to get steal and use, so he's going to kind of infiltrate Riku's sphere grid a little bit and get those 2 abilities. And that's going to be super important because we're going to need that later for Crawler, as well as several other spots, like during the Vel Guards, during Evray, during Biron and Yankee. So, yeah, him having Steal and Use is infinitely useful.
Alright. Not the best menu I've ever done, but did it mostly by memory, so I'm happy with that.
Did you already change your formation to Lulu, Kimahri, Waka? Or, sorry, Lulu, Kimahri, Tidus.
Of course I did!
You got it. What would you do without me?
Probably die, and having to reset. Or reload the last autosave, rather. So, to be fair, I always get an encounter here, so that wouldn't have been an issue, and I would have noticed, oh wait, formation.
Live and let live!
Honestly, this encounter pretty much happens all the time.
Yes. And it's always annoying.
I've never had a run that has not had an encounter there.
And that's always annoying, because it's always right after, you know, the cutscene where everyone else walked over the thing, while we have to afterwards walk around it! Fun times. Alrighty then, Tidus switch for Riku. Riku, throw lightning marble negator, hope for high damage roll. We want to see 1,000 damage here. We did not see 1,000 damage here. We have to throw a second one. That second one is gonna do over 1,000 damage. It didn't for a change. Wow, game not trolling me. Now
Dang,
we want to use.
I was hoping for that useless crit.
Nah, I don't even think lightning marbles can crit. Don't think I've ever seen it anyways, at least. Alright, now we want to strategically kill off Riku, because every action we do now on these on this boss will get countered with the assault attack. Which we'll abuse to have Riku getting hit twice by it in order to fill her overdrive. Alright, for Yuna, defend. One more lightning marble.
Some may call this a little bit cruel to Riku. We call it necessary sacrifice.
Yes, indeed. Yuna for Tidus. I mean, local man, defend, and then we mix the lightning marble with HP. That we grabbed all the way back on Luca. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and dead. Without any important casualties. Except for Riku dying twice.
No. Nothing important was lost. But Riku died twice. Nothing important was lost.
Alright, time for the one beefy menu, because now Titus is gonna get super beefy. I mean, Local Man is gonna get super beefy. Like,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
not
no,
going to believe. This one, doctors hate him. This one simple trick to boost his
This
stats.
one weird trick.
This one simple trick to boost his stats over 9,000. Doctors hate him.
Personal trainers hate him.
Do we get the defense? We don't get the defense.
No, we don't. We get these three, though. And then we should leave the sphere grid with 1320 HP for Titus. Alright, so we have made it to Macarena Temple, where we are going to have our first official showdown with Seymour.
I still have to learn that dance. I still have to freaking learn finally. Because, funnily enough, I do have a Seymour dancing the Macarena meme as my raid alert.
Oh my god, I need this.
I can send you the
Send this
YouTube link
to me
afterwards.
immediately. I need this.
I can send you the YouTube link that got randomly to my recommendations at some point. Where I
Oh
made
my
that
god.
after the race.
That's so
run.
good.
And yeah, I for ages have been saying to myself, I will learn the dance, I will do it every time when I can, and even if it's just with the controller in hand last second here, I will do it to the best of my abilities considering the speedrun and situation I'm in.
Alright, and now it's time for our battle against
Seymour! Superintendent Chalmers!
Oh, Superintendent Chalmers. I hope you're ready for an unforgettable multi-Thundara.
Alrighty, so so Seymour is switch weapon, then haste.
Yep. Then haste. You got it.
Then Seymour will cast Blizzara. Then Local Man will talk to Seymour, yelling at him.
And Seymour will always start with the same pattern of spells every single time during the fight. So as long as you do...
Ooh! Oh! That is
Oh.
exactly what you want to see and exactly what you don't want to see.
Yeah. So that what the Guado just cast is called Shremedy, and that confuses your character. So you do not want that at all. And if somebody is afflicted with Shremedy, you want to use the remedy you picked up earlier to get rid of it.
The thing is, these squad guards have 4 different things they can do. They can cast a Blizzard, they can cast Thunder, they can use Remedy, or do straight up nothing. That means both can use Remedy. If one uses Remedy, that is already rare, that is very unfortunate. If both use it, you're done for. There's no recovery.
Yeah, you're just screwed.
There is no recovery. It's immediately Alt F4 and load autosave.
It's Alt F4, go outside, touch grass.
Hey, actually getting silence grenades. Not these stupid, useless far plane shadows.
You're gonna die today. Bye, Waka.
Not. Boop.
So optimally here, we want to try to steal 2 sets of silence grenades because we want more. We want as many throwables as we can get for Bedell guards. But if we only get the 3, then it's not a huge deal. We can make that up by stealing from Sandwolves later.
Let's
And
go.
looks like we got
I got 2
another
pairs.
set, so we're good.
Yep. I mean, I still need sleeping powders.
Yeah, no, sleeping powders are still necessary, especially
I mean,
for like
they're not
second and fourth
necessary.
rate.
You can actually do without them, but they're preferred still.
Yeah, it takes way longer. Oh, interesting. You're actually changing to Sonic Steel now. That's actually big brain. I didn't think of that.
Don't even know where I got that from. I just saw it at some point because we have some turns to waste anyway. We will need 2 hits unless we crit them anyways. So
Right, like why
And
why
you-
waste time opening the menu and menuing to like equipping Sonic Steel when you just do it now?
yep.
Smart, I like that.
Don't know who I got that from. I want to say it was Rody B, but I'm actually not 100% sure on that. So don't call me on that. All right, who's ready for the Macarena trial?
Honestly, this one's nowhere near as bad as the previous one.
This one is my most hated one.
Is it?
It is. By now,
Why? This seems
with
like no
Bevel,
time at all.
with Bevel by now, I'm fine. But this trial I hate because you have to do it twice. Because you have to completely clear it, then completely rip the puzzle apart to get the destruction sphere, and then set it back to the beginning so that everything is on its beginning place, and then have to solve it again. Which I hate. Also, yes, we did level 2 key sphere into Orin's board, and then just got a bunch of strength for Titus. But the 3,000 damage, 4,000 to 5,000 damage right now was mainly due to the strength boost given by the talk option to Seymour in that specific fight. Why did I put it in this one?
Yeah, why did you put it in that one?
In
You really want to put it in that one, don't you?
Yeah, I just want to skip that already so I don't have to go up there again. But in reality, we do, with Titus currently, we're doing about 2,000 to 3,000 damage, which still is a huge amount of damage for Titus at this point of the game, considering that we literally did not level anywhere after Mushroom Rock Road. Like, we're on minimal amount of fights and still have that much power here. Also, I just noticed my auto splitter failed on Seymour. Huh. Never
Yeah,
seen
it's
that.
because auto split does fail on Seymour.
That seems to be a new cutscene remover thing, because I've never seen that one before.
Yeah, the two places that the auto splitter fails is Mushroom Rock Road and Seymour specifically.
The ones I know of is Mushroom Rock Road and a chance for Bevel guards.
I don't even split for Bevel guards.
I do. But it seems like a 50-50 thing at this point. Alright, time to show my moves. We're playing the HD PC remake, by the way, which has one big advantage over the PS2 version, as we are actually moving slightly faster than that version. So with good movement here, it doesn't even have to be optimal movement, it just has to be good enough here. We can totally skip the encounters with anything and be out of here before the first guard touches us. I haven't done it in a while, I'm not 100% sure I will be able to pull it off here right now.
You've got a pretty decent line here.
Was clutch.
You got it.
Was clutch.
Nah, I didn't even have any doubts at all. It's easy.
I mean, you also have to think, he doesn't need to touch you, he just needs to be 5 meters behind you to start the fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, hey, thank you, random encounter.
I'll be right
I
back.
nearly forgot something again.
Oh, your formation, yeah.
There is really only there really is only one point where it's completely unsalvageable to have the wrong formation, and that's everything else you can
I'll be right
work
back.
around.
Yeah, I was gonna say Evray is like the one where you absolutely need everyone and everything to do exactly what they're supposed to do.
The only other fight that has that would basically be Seymour 1, but the formation for that fight is fixed, so you can't do anything wrong with that. Alright, so Seymour was weapon then haste. We're now at Wendigo, which means haste then
Haste
weapon.
first. Yep. And don't be like me. Don't accidentally attack the Quado.
You mean the one? That one?
No, I'm talking about the other one.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing that. You wouldn't want to know how many times I've done that mistake already.
Oh my god.
Alrighty! Could you please
Oh,
punch
you're
Riku? Riku is the one you want to punch. Riku. Thank you.
There you go.
Boop.
Necessary sacrifice.
Boop. unit defended, so I can now switch out for Orin. I like to do the safety strat of using Power Break as well. That way Titus can
What does doing Power Break on Wendigo actually do, besides just lower his attack?
It is a backup strat to a point that it lowers his attack low enough that he will need 2 attacks to kill Titus. No. Okay, I actually have to heal here. I actually have to heal with Titus here. I was hoping to get a turn with Orin before I need to heal, but nope. Also, he's dead now, so whatever.
Well, there you go.
Boop.
Are you not gonna
This
switch
Squado
Lulu
is
in?
not liking me, huh?
Are you not gonna switch Lulu in?
Man. I do the X-ray experience
no.
for Lulu on the bomb encounter in
home. Okay.
That is where I usually put Lulu back in for 1 extra fight.
Gotcha.
Nope, not lightning steel, sonic steel.
Yep.
And before
Yeah,
I
a
forget,
Wendigo fight can definitely be scary, because Wendigo does a lot of damage and can easily one-shot all of your characters, with the exception of Titus if he doesn't have Light Curtain.
Alright, math. I am at 16. What was it again? 23 from this point, so I'm 6 short.
22.
Remove something somewhere? Whatever. Could also just be me misremembering things.
I believe it's 22 power spheres, 8 speed spheres for the rest of the run.
Well, in any case, we're at 17. We still get a guaranteed 6.
So yeah, you're good.
So unless we are both on the wrong numbers, and then we actually need 25, I'm good. All right,
no,
will we see the meme?
You definitely don't need 25.
Will we see the meme? I love to see the meme. Will we see the meme?
What's the meme?
Thundara coming in.
Are you
Are you all right? And Lulu getting murdered. Thank you. Coming in, using a spell that you have absolutely no idea how to use. Are you hurt? And then immediately dying. I
well,
love it every single time that happens.
Point and laugh. Also, we have to pick up our confused son.
Let's see if I can get a good encounter. Maybe it's preemptive. Never gonna mess with dragons. I've seen too many runs killed by dragons.
Yep.
Like I know I could just use a silence grenade, since I'm gonna get 2 smokes, 2 thingies anyway, and that kills it, but I'm not gonna mess with the dragons. I've seen too many people getting killed by the dragons.
It's happened to me way too many times. It's not worth it, man.
The thing is, the sad thing is, I've seen it happen way too many times for a certain PS4 runner. PS4 doesn't have autosave.
Oh, shoot.
Neither does it have cutscene remover.
Right.
So you're literally brutal. 6 hours in at this point, and you're just thinking like, screw it, I need those items. And then this dragon comes up and just murders you because he feels like it.
So
and then you're just like, yep, there goes 6 hours of my life that I'll never get back.
That's so terrible. That's why any percent runs of this game are such a... It's just so brutal, because, like, it's just such an endurance test. Which is why, like, I definitely prefer CSR, just because, like, all the unnecessary, like, waiting and smashing through cutscenes is gone, so it's not like... You know, by the time that you reach this point, it's like you're roughly 2 hours into the run versus 6. So, like, it's a lot less time invested into the run. So if you make a mistake here, like, yeah, it sucks, but you're not going to feel nearly as bad about it.
I mean, generally speaking, okay, if you play PC in general, you at least have that autosave. You get set back like a minute, but that's mostly not the end of the world, especially if you're still a newer runner. That is definitely time you can make up, but...
Oh, yeah.
Just, like, console's brutal.
But you also have to be careful, too, especially with autosave. Like, if you... like, for example, Evray. If you have the wrong weapon going into Evray, or
On
if
the
you
wrong
have the
party.
wrong like pet party configuration or like anything, the autosave can pretty much ruin your entire run, especially if you haven't done a safety save before that boss.
I want to say it is the only autosave in the game that does that, though.
I think so.
Since as we just said, everything else is kind of salvageable because you can do something to make it up for.
Hmm.
Also, you're gonna see a little something that also not everyone does.
Sandragore skip?
Meh, that I don't mean.
Aw, come on.
I won't go so easy.
I mean,
on
I
you
will
next
do
time.
it, but that's not the thing that I'm meaning right now.
Oh.
I'm grabbing my level 2 key sphere from here because I can never remember in home which one is the level 2, which one is the level 4. And I always grab the wrong one, and I've had runs before where I just said, oh yeah, this one is it. Didn't even check on it, it was the level 4.
I didn't even
run
think there
dead.
was a level 4 in home. I thought there was just the level 2.
Now there's the level 2 in the one
Isn't
corner,
there an
and
easier way?
there's a level 4 in the other corner.
I won't go so easy on
Just
you next
before the
time.
last door.
I've only ever seen the level 2 in that room with the
Hello.
chimeras.
Alright, who here is a sports fan? Who here likes
Not me,
baseball?
but please whack this thing out into outer space.
Who likes baseball? Because I'm going for a home run!
4.
Home run!
Field goal.
It's always so satisfying to see. Alright. We'll do the potty swap afterwards. So, time for the newest of skips that this game has discovered.
Here we go.
Which is very, very dumb if you think about it.
It's dumb, but I love it.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
So this
Don't
monster...
talk bad on Sandragore and Skip.
This monster
My
right
favorite.
here we would usually have to fight, but now we can just have Riku push us through if he wants to.
No, I
have to
think...
reset that?
Yeah, no. You weren't
It's fine.
close enough.
That's fine. I'm gonna reset that. I can retry. Now I was too far. I will try one more time. If not, then I'm gonna fight, because I'm not going to do the alternative strat where it actually matters if I get it or not.
A little bit more forward.
Okay, he doesn't want to. Alright, then we do the normal strat. Where we just get Kamari out and then turn that thing into
Stone
stone.
No, that was definitely more of a golf stroke, I agree.
Alright, so... yeah, just usually as we just said, Riku kind of would have been able to push me there. Sadly, didn't quite make it. Why am I putting my party like the worst possible? There we go. Local man, Orange, Lulu. That's what I want. Go.
I was very confused what you were doing there for a second.
Now my party's set up for this fight, because I do need Lulu in here, and I want Orin in here, so I actually don't get ambushed by accident. Because an ambush is still very much dangerous for Lulu here. I wouldn't want her to die here.
Yeah, we want to make sure that Lulu stays alive, because she needs AP for later on, after Biran and Genki. So that's going to guarantee us 6 power spears for each overkill.
Well, 2 for each overkill, and that
2 for
makes
each
6.
overkill, 6 total.
Alright, so now we do the old strats here, though, for this area, because what we would used to do here now, if I actually would have gotten the Sangradara skip, is literally just throw Stone Breath out.
You stole.
Yes, I did.
I've done that so many times. I don't know if you can escape.
I can't escape, I don't know if I can salvage it, and I might be forced to live with no name
This
so
one's
far.
this one's gonna be hairy.
Yeah,
Oh, bye,
okay.
Kamari. Well,
Little misclick can have a big impact. Let's hope we don't get the no-name glitch. Even though it would be funny because it would fit my name perfectly.
I'm pretty sure we're getting the no-name glitch.
Local man is still our local man. Nice.
Wow, you got lucky.
Alright, so now for real, we want to lance it to learn a new blue magic and get another turn. That also fills our full overdrive bar, so we can do Stone Breath again. We're gonna do that on the next fight as well, because the next fight we're gonna get that we have force is a Chimera, which we didn't see earlier. And they also have a blue mage skill for Kamari to draw, which we're going to abuse to, well, Stone Breath another time. But now we have to be careful with this fight, because with the ability, due to the ability we are going to learn now... That was the wrong switch. No, it was the right switch. That's it. Alright, sorry for that. Yeah, we just lance it again and do another Stone Breath. Have to be a little careful though, because the position of the stone shifted here a little bit, and where it used to be now is self-destruct. So yeah, over there's a chest, and over here is a chest. One of these is a level 2 key sphere I'm supposed to pick up, the other one's a level 4.
The one right next to the door is the level 2.
I can never remember which of the two it is though, so I just picked the one in the desert. It's like a 1 second detour and I can just walk in here. Alright, on to the Fahrenheit.
Time for the most stressful fight in the game.
Me. It's gonna be fine.
I mean, yeah, if you follow the instructions exactly, like what you're supposed to do, then yeah, you should be fine if you didn't miss anything on the sphere grid. But if you missed one thing, or if you don't have the weapons set correctly, or the wrong formation, or like missed a strength node, you're gonna be in for a bad time.
Especially on the strength node, because at this point I couldn't do anything to cover it up for, because I was supposed to buy a weapon to cover up for that earlier, if in case I need it. I don't have now. Actually, I don't think I will mess up badly enough, but...
Yeah, for the sake of the marathon, it's probably better to
it's
just...
3 in the morning. You don't take things for granted at this point.
No, you don't.
Alright, Evray. If you one blitz. We're starting off with a haste. Follow that up by a cheer. If he then should get another turn before Riku, which he doesn't, we would have switched armor to anything. He didn't though, so now we are using Riku to mix the luck sphere that we got earlier, plus the map that we got from the start, to make a miracle drinks. Now every single attack we do will be a critical.
Then we do exactly 2 attacks here before we cheer again.
And we don't like getting attacks on local man. We want to see attacks on Riku here. We really want to see an attack on Riku here. Please do an attack on Riku here. I hate you. Well, at least I'm gonna get my 2 steals. 50% chance that I don't have to go for flans. So, what we're stealing here are elemental gems. Elemental gems are an item that hit 6 times when used. And we will need 2 of them at a bit later point into the game. We now have a 50% to get another one, and there it is. We don't have to go for backup, and he's dead. The annoying part about this...
some time later.
The annoying part about this is that Riku didn't get her overdrive charged. Which is gonna bite me in the arse later. The good news, however, is I can actually read for once and do the normal strategy for this fight, because I don't have to throw the stillers, and I do have enough items. Which makes me a very, very happy man right now.
Yeah, on the Bevel guards, if you did not have enough like power spheres or speed spheres, you would be using something called a distiller. And what that does is you basically throw that like an item, or use it like an item on an enemy, and that will cause that enemy to drop that particular type of spear when they're defeated.
Also say
and
hello
each
to the
distiller-
Kickle Chronic.
And each distiller drops 2 of those spheres. So if
no.
you're short by 4, you buy 2.
I mean, in this situation, yes, but usually the distiller just changes the type of sphere you get. So you get 1 sphere of killing an enemy, but since we're overkilling all the enemies, we're getting 2.
Oh, that's true. I actually forgot about that. You're right. Yeah, overkills give us an additional 1. So yeah, no, he's right about that.
Alright, that is the 3rd out of 5 fights, and that was an unnecessary crit. 1 more for the marker.
Hey, 1 more for the marker. We're at 11 right now.
Whoop, whoop. Fight number 4, another Kickotronic.
I mean, Mr. Legs.
Kickotronic. I don't even want to try to pronounce that name that you can see in the top left there.
Exactly. That's why I
And
call
another
him Mr.
unnecessary
Legs.
crit.
Yay!
More money for charity.
More money for charity.
And the final fight. And the final fight against the guards, where we have a Pseudotronic. Where we are going to use 2 silence grenades with Riku, or 2 items in general, just to kill the guards up front, which allows us to move closer to the Pseudotronic, who was out of range before, and then just hit it where it hurts. And that's the Velguard's done. Does it split? Does it not? Does it split? Does it not? It split! Yay! Alright, off to everyone's favorite trial.
Also, most people don't realize, but you can ride that elevator. You don't actually have to walk down the stairs.
It is fantastic. Alright, I'm just gonna use Super Jump and be on the other side there where the treasure chests are, because that is our goal, right? Right. Sadly, not gonna happen. So, a little bit of time here to take a little zippy. Stay hydrated, people.
While we're working on this, I want to do a quick shout out to the charity we're raising money for. So we are currently trying to raise money for Save the Children, which is an amazing charity. They have done, they've been around for over 100 years. They operate in over 120 countries around the world. They've reached over 144 million children through their comprehensive programming and emergency response. And they are trying to make sure that every child has a fighting chance. No child ends up being a victim of violence, and all children having access to quality basic education. So with your donations today, every donation will go towards helping another child see a brighter future. So let's see if we can make somebody else's story a happy one.
Alright then. So, the easy part of the trial is done, and now comes the part where most people frustrate, because there's one thing that most people like to oversee, because the second half of this dungeon is actually cycle-based. There are 2 different cycles, and depending on which cycle you're on, you will either be guaranteed to hit the intersection that you want, or you will have a 0% chance to hit the intersection you want. So let's hope that I can set up correctly. The thing now is the one where we want to go into is only going straight or right, while this one where we're starting is going in 3 different directions. And with the speed we're getting here... Think that's right on?
Nope.
With the speed we're now getting here, we will not be able to get here into the section, because that one was showing straight. We want to go straight now when we see that the arrow, the second arrow, is pointing to the right, like this. And now we're on the correct cycle, and now we will land exactly on that point when it shows to the right. Easy as that. The first one is a bit hard to see from time to time, because you actually have to remember what cycle you're on, and if you're a little slow at some points, then it might be off cycle, and etc, etc. But that is generally like the one frustrating point about this trial that many people just get upset about and don't know what to do about.
I actually do know what to do about it. So recently, I did learn, there's a comprehensive tutorial that one of the Final Fantasy X runners graciously put together that explained pretty much exactly how these cycles work. And for the third junction there, you want to select, you want to take the direction that points towards those junctions, not at the first opportunity, but at the second opportunity that it points to it.
Yeah.
If you do that, you will be guaranteed to get the correct direction every time.
Yeah, my thing is always just like the very first time when you could is like a thing of like half a second reaction time if you can get it or not. But that is considered to be the first one that you're supposed to count as the first one. I did not count that as the first one this time, hence why I got the wrong cycle.
Gotcha.
That's just a thing about learning and practicing and doing it a bunch of times, and then you're done there.
Yep.
And it's just hard, as I said, it's just hard the very first time to actually time it correctly and know the thing, because again, from the second time on, you can see it and it makes it a lot easier.
And there's actually a trick here too. Once the platform moves forward, if you hold X before you hit the junction with the spinning arrow, it'll always point the correct direction, and you'll always go right on the third junction. I don't know why it does that, but it does. It works. It just works.
Hello, Todd Howard. I didn't notice you were here. When's Skyrim 6 coming? When's Elder Scrolls 6 coming?
Soon.
The best answer you could have given to stay in character.
Yep. They're coming soon.
Alright, now we have everything done that we need. Now we just need to go into the first intersection here, where the timing doesn't matter, because we can always get it, no matter on which cycle.
It's the power of holding the X button. It's scary. You shan't underestimate it.
I mean, you could also just spam. Could be accomplishing the same. It is just partly just getting a feeling for it. Alright, so now that we're done with the Vel trials, we finally gain access to the MVP of this run, to the carrier of this run. He will carry the burden of this run on his shoulders, and he will never disappoint. He can only annoy with crits on the second hit on bosses that die in 2 hits. Because if he would crit on the first, it would be helpful. If he crits on the second, it's annoying and useless. And he loves to do that. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the Pokemon Zekrom, aka our dearest Chad. Because he's the chat of all chats. So now, let's run to make that cycle. To actually get the teleporter on the first try. Thank you, Cutscene Remover, for allowing us the option to actually get here on the first try. And now we're pumping Yuna full of steroids. Now it's time.
Must be an egg.
Because now we have all the ingredients needed and all the levels needed to move with Auron and the help of a few key spheres over into Auron's very late game. Or was it Walker's very? I think it was Walker's very late game, actually. Where we have a ton of high-level upgrades, which Yuna will now teleport over to. And now we're just getting a ton of stats. Like, literally a ton. I hope you're keeping track in case I missed something.
I am.
Because I should have everything, but again, just for safety.
Yep. Right. Nope. You want to be on the shield. Oh wait, no, you're right. You're on the right spot, I think.
Don't tell me I'm wrong here.
Oh, no,
we
no.
do need the HP.
I think you needed that speed node.
Yeah, but we still get that now to get rid of the MP here.
Yeah, but I think we skipped that HP node up there in the upper right.
If that is true, I might need to get an extra strength later, but that is how I remember at least. I'm doing this by memory and done. So, now we want to count. Because we want to kill 5 enemies by reaching the next boss. I will probably end up killing 6, just because convenience. But the magical number here is 5.
I just took a look at the guide, and yes, you do skip that HP sphere.
Good to know. Would also explain why 22, because I really want to say that from the older guides I remember saying 23. Oh well.
I think we're still good on power spheres, though. I think you were like 2 over, or 1 over rather. So this would put us right back to like what we're required to have.
I might go for safety in a little bit. We'll see about that when we get there.
I mean, you can get distillers before you fight every Altana.
I could, or I could just punch a piranha in Gagazet.
Oh, that's true. You can.
Hey, and that's the starter. Okay, that's 2 kills, so we will only kill 5 things. Is that gonna mess up overdrive generation? Imagine needing overdrive.
I don't think so.
Imagine.
We're not. It's not like we're short on strength. Like
We're never gonna use an overdrive with Yuna or her Aeons ever again. Because it's simply
That's
not
true.
required. Because if you haven't seen the run, I wasn't lying when I said Chad is gonna carry. Because, ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Chad, the chattest of chats, the Zekrom of the Pokemon world. And, yeah, he's gonna do a bit of damage now. Due to...
If there ever was a Pokemon battle, this would be it.
Due to us giving Yuna all that power and the Aeons having a different kind of scaling on those threats, he's doing a bit of damage now.
Yeah, us giving all that power to Yuna helps Bahamut break the damage limit.
So, this fight. Enemy Velfor, 20,000 health. So much for never gonna see it again earlier.
On our side.
Yeah, you corrected yourself, I'm fine. 20,000 health. We'll take 2 hits unless we get a crit on turn 1. Or Chat is doing the thing he always does where he just does the first attack and then crits on the second. Let's see if we save time. It's not a crit on the first one.
Crit on the second. Crit on the second.
Will
crit
he
on
do the troll thing?
Crit on the second.
He didn't.
Yeah.
No trophy. That's fine.
I was so ready.
It's fine. But yeah, doing a little bit of damage, which is gonna help a lot for the game. But you know,
And now he acts with the Chad of his own.
But you know, we still have an hour to go, so there's still room to for improvement to get that maybe up to like I don't know, 15,000 maybe 20,000 with some luck. We'll see about that then. Alright, so yeah, now he summons his own chat. We can't use our chat, so we're gonna use Ixion. Ixion, because fastest summoning and attack animation. at least faster than what Shiva and Ifrit would have had. Also decent damage. We will need 5 attacks here, 1 less for every crit. That is a crit. That is a useful crit. I like that very much. If we see another crit here, he's dead. We don't, but the next hit he is guaranteed down. Easy enough.
And we are now the Pokemon Master.
Yay! I mean, this was just a rival battle. The champion is still Belgemine in the temple.
Oh, true.
Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, we're now coming up to the most dangerous, most annoying boss in the entire game. I cannot stress enough how annoying and dangerous this boss is. There is a good chance I'm stuck here for another 10 minutes. There's a reason why my PB is a 329, but the estimate is a 350, and one of the reasons is this boss in particular. Let's hope we will see good RNG.
All of these encounters have anything to say for it. It doesn't look like it.
I mean, 2 encounters is still normal here. Alright, so what are we supposed to do here? I have no idea. This thing is super scary, this thing is super annoying. It can kill me in one hit, and once it has petrification, which underwater is just an instant death. And it is just nasty to fight with. Oh, thank goodness, we got lucky there, that worked. Okay, good.
It was a bait, guys. It was a chat. It was a bait. He was baiting you.
Every never killed anyone that ever noticed the zombie status on it.
So something about that status, I don't actually think I've seen that in like other Final Fantasy games. It might be, but something unique about it is it's the zombie status basically makes you susceptible to healing damage. So if you have the zombie status, like if something afflicts you, if something uses, like, let's say curative magic like Curaga, or uses like an elixir or a Phoenix Down in this case, it actually counts as damage instead of like how it would normally heal you. And later on, typically there will be some bosses that do actually take advantage of that status and use that against you, particularly Seymour Flux and Unalesca.
Alright, party is back together. Time to kill the person who's totally nuts. But before that, Yuna, would you like to go traveling a bit more? Maybe to the super ton of power-ups on Titus' board. That's 4 strength. That's 8 strength. Going over here. That's 12 strength. Some speed. I'm not even sure if we grab the HP here. I'm already do whatever.
I think you were supposed to get that defense node, but I don't think it's a big deal. 'Cause you got some extra HP, so maybe it'll make up for it. I'm not sure.
I was actually supposed to grab that. That would be interesting to know, because that could be the reason why my last run didn't work out, but we'll see about that. So now with
Also,
Yuna...
that HP node right under zombie attack you were supposed to avoid.
Whatever. So, yeah, we're needing to kill another 3 enemies before the next boss, and there are 3 enemies standing right in front of me. So, why not say, chat say hi? I mean, with his 10,000 damage, he's definitely good enough to take those out in 1 hit. I mean, Titus was earlier with 4,000 to hit and 2 hits.
Oh my!
So, Impulse AoE for 10,000 damage on everyone should be enough, right? Oh, looks like we had a little damage upgrade. Just a little.
Tiny bit.
I mean, if you take a number and quadruple it, it is just a little increase, right?
Math checks out.
I'll be right back.
so now we're done doing encounters on High Bridge, which means he gets to run away from all of the Mr. Legs encounters and go straight to Seymour Natus.
Yeah, so by the way, happy No Nut November. This Seymour is totally nuts, so you all just lost No Nut November. Sorry to tell you people. That's how it works, right? No nuts. You're not allowed to eat any nuts or talk to any nuts, so he's totally nuts. You lost, sorry.
Did you really just cause everybody to lose the equivalent of the game?
Hey,
Also,
unnecessary
okay,
crit!
let's go!
And a Rod of Fire! Man, second elemental weapon for Yuna. We have a Water Mamba for Lulu, and a Rod of Lightning and a Rod of Fire for Yuna. Now I just would need a useless elemental, elemental ice weapon on another useless character, like Riku.
Or Lulu.
I mean, we already have the Water Mamba on Lulu, so...
Oh, the Moomba, right, yeah.
From the Thunder enemies.
Oh, don't forget the Yuna Sphere Grid here.
Thank you. Totally wouldn't have. Totally was just waiting for you to bait me, but yeah, thank you.
Wow, actually calling it a bait.
Alright, so usually what we would like to do here in this area would be looking for fire flames, like this exact one, and then steal once from it to get a fire gem. Due to me actually getting 2 water gems off of Evray, I have absolutely no need for that, and we don't have anything to do in this area. To be worth mention though, before we discovered the completely overpowered brokenness that is Bahamut, Calmlands actually used to be a huge place, as we used to go to the top left of the area to talk to the Chocobo breeder, do the first quest so we could ride Chocobos along the plains, go to Temple Remium, do the Chocobo race that you can find there twice, with opening... Was it 3 or was it 4 chests? I'm not sure, I haven't actually done that guide. With opening a few chests to
We'll
get
get through this.
rewarded the second time with some giant wings, which if you use 2 of those when you mix with Riku, you get a mix called Trio of 9,999.
Let's get 'em, guys!
By that, every team member that at this moment is active, with everything they do, will do 9,999 with it. If they throw a potion, that's not 200, that's 9,999. If they use an item that would usually do 200, 300 points of damage, nope, it won't. It will do 9,999. And we used to use that in combination with gems, with fire gems to be fair, to be exact, because we used to bribe one of the flans here to get just a ton of them. Because the way gems work, they just cast their elemental spell in strongest form, so in Ga form, 6 times. Was it 6 times or was it 7 times? I want to say it was 6 times. 6 times does sound about right. We will get confirmation on that in a moment. So that would be instant 60,000 damage to everything, and you could use that. Could do that with every character that had the use command. Which, of course, we got out of our way to get on multiple characters than just Riku and Kamari. And then just
Also,
spam...
I believe you're correct. I believe it is 6 times.
I mean, even if I wasn't, we will get confirmation for that in a second. Also, say hello to that guy. That guy has about 70,000 health, something, maybe a little less. No matter what, we will need 2 hits, unless the first attack crits.
Wait, what are you talking about? That's another Pokemon. It's Regirock. You don't recognize Regirock?
Bonked real quick, but don't care. No crits, neither
There he
the
goes.
unnecessary nor the likely one. And now we're moving on to the most important fight in the game.
Now, why is that fight so important?
Do you want to elaborate?
Sure. So, coming up, we will be fighting Biran and Yankee. I almost called him Brian. And after fighting Biran and Yankee, upon doing the overkill on both, there is 3 possibilities. You can either get 4 return spheres, 2 return spheres, and 2 friend spheres, or 0 return spheres and 4 friend spheres. Now, the 4 return sphere strategy is actually the most common, and 4 return spheres has roughly a 60 to 65% chance of dropping. However, 2-2 is actually the preferred drop, because that actually skips a entire sphere grid we would have to do before you left.
And
The final one, 0... What's that?
It is actually 5 hits.
Is it 5?
It is
Okay,
5.
I was wrong.
So,
The third one, 0-4, is extremely rare and has actually only ever happened very, very few times. I actually did not see what you ended up getting. Was it 4?
2-2.
Oh, you got 2-2.
It actually
Okay,
is
so
2-2. Which is actually kind of funny to me because I've been running this game and a marathon in August and got my very first 2-2 on site on that marathon. Which, as you can imagine, having to do a completely different route for this part of the game for the very first time in front of a live studio audience wasn't the greatest thing to happen. And I butchered the run greatly. And then I did one D-Rust run last week in preparation for this event. And I got also a 2-2 on that. So this is literally my third 2-2 back-to-back after never having had it ever before.
friend sphere. There we go. And then we do,
Then we build the weapons, and we do Titus, local man, the armor break.
armor break, yep.
Now that I'm doing it the third time, I do kind of know what to do. Which is nice. It feels good knowing what to do. Ability.
Now, the reason why 4 return sphere /22/04 is significant is because it greatly alters the sphere grid route, and depending on what you get, it can also greatly alter the strategy required to kill certain bosses.
Yeah, basically the menu I just did here with the 2-2, I usually would do 2 bosses later, and without actually teleporting Lulu around a few times, but instead I would just walk over there with Yuna. And instead of that, we're gonna do the menu that I would normally do right now, right here. We are going to do that 2 bosses from now.
Oh,
So-
did you already fill Riku's overdrive?
No, I didn't. I was literally just looking that up because I do want to know what was... Oh, it was the mech leader. God damn it, I just had that encounter.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Did you already customize the weapons?
Yes.
Okay.
Not much has changed in 10 years.
A little bit of an annoyance here, but what can you do? Actually, I can take Riku in at least already. Between the 2 first strike uses, she won't annoy me. There we go.
Wow,
What should I
perfect.
do?
Oh, of course,
Love to see
Tidus is
it.
gonna fail the 75% roll.
And Auron, I forgot. I customized Auron's weapon, but I actually forgot to equip it. Let's hope. That should still be fine.
Oh,
Just-
there he goes.
yeah,
And there she goes.
good enough. 1 kills and 1 fills. Before I forget.
so we're going to use Riku's Overdrive once on Seymour Flux, and then we're going to need to charge her Overdrive one final time, and that's going to be for Braska's final Aeon.
Though I don't have to, but I will. There is an alternative strategy you can do now on Seymour Flux, so you can save Riku's Overdrive, and instead can use a Silence Grenade, which I still have one.
Yep.
But I don't like that strat.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because literally every single time I tried, I ended up dying.
Yeah, so the cool thing about the Chaos Grenade strat that you do with Riku is casts Silence, and it also casts Bio. And Bio on Seymour Flux is incredibly useful.
Well, Poison. Poison status effect. He gets Chaos Grenade causes Blind, Silence, and Poison. And so the
it's blind too?
Yeah, it's blind too, but I think he's actually immune to that, but it's what the Chaos Grenade usually does.
Okay.
The thing though is that the main reason we want to do that is to get the silence onto him, so he won't do reflect and flare strats, because he does have a strat where he reflects himself and then uses flare, as well as a strategy where he causes zombie status to our characters and then causes Archangel.
Yep.
Or whatever the spell was called again.
Full life.
Full life. Thank you. To immediately kill them, effectively, which is blocked out by him having him silenced. The thing is, though, with the Silence Grenade, we deal 700 damage to him. Well, with the Chaos Grenade, we deal 4,000 to him. And then on top of that comes every single turn he gets about a 2,000 point of damage roll of Fog Poison on top of that for every single turn. And I can just say, like, the few times I actually tried to use the Silence Grenade strats, I always ended up slightly short on damage, and he got his super attack off and killed me with it. So, not a fan of the Silence strategy, of the Silence Grenade strategy. I'm going to
think later.
Okay.
do the normal fight here.
And plus, typically for marathons, you also want to, be on the safe side.
Yeah. I mean, even
Also,
if I have a chance right now, I would still do it.
By the way, we have a new donation.
Oh, bye.
We are officially over $100 donated.
Oh, boy!
We just got a $50 donation from Seed System saying, I can't leave SO5Z's boss shuffle unfunded. Thank you guys so much for the donation. Thank you so much for the donation, Seed System, and thank you for getting us officially over $100 donated for Save the Children. Super appreciated. Super awesome of you.
All right.
Can we get some hype in chat, please?
Big moment, by the way.
That is a huge moment.
Big moment, by the way. Also here in game, there are two different things that can happen here right now. If chat decides to crit here, the fight is over. Which he did. Why not? Which he did.
Wow. That is actually really good.
What did I say again before the stream started? $10 if that happened? Put it on the tab.
$10.
Put it on the tab.
We're putting it on the tab.
So, yeah. Usually, we wouldn't be able to kill here. And usually, we would have to he would then kill chat. Seymour would then kill chat, and in that moment, we would have to do a few more normal attacks with Ties and Yuna to kill him. Due to him critting, though, we don't have to do that, which is amazing. Alright, so, there is two more things I want for this next part of the game. I want to see a behemoth, and I want to see some piranhas in the water. So there's the behemoth.
Oh, there's our behemoth.
That worked out well.
How many steaks you think we can get out of these?
Yeah, how many steaks do you think we can get out of that thing? Make a guess, chat.
At least 60.
That's a good guesstimate. That's a very good guesstimate. I was also just thinking like switch in Walker, because Walker is a natural, forgetting that he actually has a special line for behemoths that can cut up, but whatever, it's a few seconds. I'm 4 minutes behind PB. Seconds don't matter anymore at this point.
I was about to say a really bad joke. I'm not gonna say it.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
Fine. All right. People are gonna probably hate me for this. I was gonna say the real question is how many steaks can we get for Riku? Because she was dead. Blah blah.
At least 2.
Can't all be winners.
At least 2.
At least 2. Fair. You know what? I'll take that answer.
Alright, can we see some piranhas?
We here at SpeedCon do not condone slicing up other human beings. Please don't do that.
Unless it's your own flesh.
No, no. We do not condone it. It is bad.
Reminds me of that one report I had where a guy got amputated, where a guy got his arm amputated, and he wanted to, at the hospital to take the arm with him, with the intent of eating it. Second, 1, 2, and hit. Boop. Yeah, with the intent of eating his own arm, because he was like, oh well, that is like the only chance a man is ever gonna get to legally try some man meat. Since it's my own. And of course the hospital didn't have that. The hospital was like, no, you can't, and he literally went into court on that topic. And apparently he won that. And he got his arm back. Interesting story, people.
What a fun topic.
Yeah.
It's my fault for us going this direction.
It is fine.
Actually, no, it is yours. You're the one that mentioned steaks.
I mean, in that moment, it's Walker's fault, because he started the steaks.
Yeah, Waka, we blame you.
Stupid zeros and ones. Alrighty, so, third through the cave, we have one more riddle in another underwater section, and then we have the next boss fight. Which we'll be actually doing a little bit of a different strategy compared to the last 2 boss fights. Because the next boss we're not able to kill in 1 hit. Because he is defensively too strong. But that's why we taught Titus to use Armor Break. So at the next boss, what we're going to do is we are going to use Armor Break with Titus as the first thing to do. Then swap in Yuna for Aren, who's gonna be the second person on the party who gets the turn. And then summon Chat and kill boss in 1 hit. Usually I think if I remember correctly, would need 3 attacks for, with a risk of him actually getting murdered by the boss in between.
Isn't the arrangement for Sanctuary Keeper, isn't it supposed to be Tidus, Yuna, Waka, then Yuna defends, Tidus armor breaks, and then Yuna summons?
That is an option, but I personally just like the option where I don't have to do the extra defending with Yuna, and instead can just swap her out for Aura. Personal preference.
Okay. Hey, more than 2 ways to get to Rome.
Yep. Or as some countries like to say, there are many ways to skin a cat.
God damn it, I was trying to avoid that!
Blame my French teacher. Blame my French teacher. Also, did you know? You know the expression? You know the expression? I got a frog in my throat. Do you know that expression? got a frog in my throat when you have a sore throat. Apparently, funnily enough, the French people have a disgust about the idea of having a frog sitting in their throat. So they're instead saying they have a cat in the throat.
I've never heard that saying before.
Just want to say again, the French. The people who literally eat snails and toads. Disgusted by the thought of having a toad in their throat.
We here at SpeedCon also love dearly our French brothers and sisters and non-binary folks.
Definitely. But some things are kind of weird. But that has every country. Every country has their own gimmicks and their own things that other countries make jokes over. And it's fine. As long as it's not getting too racially and, you know, into a too dark dungeon. So, anyways, we're finally done with the cavern, which means we're very close to Xanarkand, which I'll actually be trying to be quite a little bit after the next boss. To get there. Because Xanarkand has my favorite soundtrack in the entire game. It's not Otherworld, it's not Fight with Seymour, it is literally that song, which name I sadly can't remember right now. I'm very, very sad right now. Is it Road to Xanarkand? No, Road to Xanarkand was the piano one, it was the opening one. I'm really, really embarrassed right now.
Wait, are you talking about Suteki Dene?
Nah. I mean, it is technically, but it's not called that.
Oh, shit. I'm trying to think. No, Suteki Dene is the vocal track.
Yes.
It's got the same melody, but...
Yes, exactly.
Oh, gosh, I'm having trouble thinking of it, too.
I'm really, really mad about it as well, not just because I can't think of it, because I literally just mentioned that I literally mean that it is my favorite track. Alright, library, favorites...
So you're actually checking your library.
I'm literally checking my Spotify library while running with the other hand.
That's why we have two hands!
Final Fantasy... Let's see.
Is it like... Maybe it's Ode to Xanarkand.
A Fleeting Dream!
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Dream. And I love it even more because in this area, it even plays in battles.
Yeah, and I like that. There's just something about when you get to Xanarkand, it's like the real just gravitas of the moment really just starts to hit. Like, you're here. This is where you started. And the fact that it keeps the music playing, even if you go into a battle, it doesn't, like, actually works in its favor, because it doesn't disrupt the pace. Because they could have just chosen to have the battle music play every time in the middle of this road, but they really just kind of wanted that moment to sink in, like, wow, we finally made it. Like, this is where we're supposed to be.
I actually had a game that did this exact thing, but the opposite, that this thing wrong. Which was last week, which was the game that was last week released, Ruby Arrowfell, where also the final dungeon just has such a banger of a soundtrack But the problem is that every few like every time you actually start listening closer to try to grasp the lyrics and to get into it, you run into a trap room, and trap rooms have their own music. And after the trap room is done, the soundtrack starts again from the beginning.
That's.
And then you go.
That actually reminds me.
And then you're again going for like a minute for 2 or 3 rooms before you're into the next trap room, and rinse and repeat.
That actually reminds me. So, are you familiar with a Sonic game called Sonic Unleashed?
I'm sadly not too much into the Sonic fandom. It's not my kind of game.
Fair. Okay, so there is a section of the game where you don't actually play as Sonic, but instead you play as a werehog character. And, like, you'll hear these nice, like, really ambient, really nice, cool, jazzy-sounding vocal, ambient tracks that kind of, like, match the stage's, like, theme. And then every time you get into a battle, you just have this frantic jazz music playing. It goes... It's just like, oh, God, stop, please. I just want to enjoy the music for a little while longer. Just stop anything but this.
Yep.
Like, I hate when things like disrupt taste like that. It's just such a turnoff to me.
Alrighty then. Who wants to hear me doing a very bad Tetris music with my mouth for the next about 5 minutes?
What other thing would you have used to make the Tetris music happen, huh?
Armpit farts.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure your mouth would have probably been the lesser of two evils here.
Alright,
I don't even want to think of armpit fart like Tetris.
Return sphere.
Waka's grid.
Move 1 to the left, grab the magic, grab the level 1 sphere, move down here, get the luck. No, not the friend, the fortune sphere. That nearly went horribly wrong.
And 1 power, 1 speed. And then 1... Yep, there you go. You got it. And now because we did that, we no longer have to do the sphere grid before we would normally fight Unileska. So we're pretty much on,
oh, right!
on sphere grids until the end of the game.
Oh, no, wait, yeah. I was just thinking, wait, am I not missing something? But no, right, that was the end, right, yeah.
Yeah, so now the only sphere grid we have left is the sphere grid right before Braska's final Aeon. Please tell me we're not gonna hear this the whole time. Oh my God, no. Help me.
I literally have a playlist on Spotify called Final Fantasy X Memes. There is a metal version of the Tetris theme in there that I usually start playing at this point.
Oh, of course. Of course you'd have something like that.
Alright, let's see. We need this piece, then we go over to the left, then we grab those 2 pieces. And then
have you actually memorized this entirety?
Nope, I got the notes up. This is like the one part that I actually constantly need the notes up for.
Yeah, same.
Like, everything else I can basically get done. This part, no.
Well, because the thing about the Tetris minigame is if you step on the wrong tile, you have to do the whole thing over again from the very beginning.
So you can't just stare blankly on the map, you actually also have to watch the screen careful so you don't accidentally step on the wrong tile on the way. Good bit of micromanaging. So we have a total to do a total of 5 of these puzzles. This now is the 3rd one, where we are going to grab you, then you. Nope, not you. Actually, not you. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I just messed up a little bit. I went into the wrong picture. Doesn't matter. Lost like 10 seconds there, the maximum. That's fine. This one, the long piece. And this one was the final one. That was the 3rd one. We got 2 more to go.
So no new donations have come in just yet. However, I would like to do a quick plug for the SpeedCon Twitter. If you are enjoying the marathon, we do invite you to follow the SpeedCon Twitch channel. However, we also recommend following the Twitter to stay updated with the latest news about SpeedCon. You can find us over at twitter.com/speedcon_EU. We also have, they also have a YouTube channel where they will upload all of their previous runs, especially if you missed one that you wanted to watch. And you can check out their YouTube channel by typing in !YouTube in the chat.
They still have a Twitter Twitter? Isn't Twitter dying?
Let's not go into that. Come on.
Alright, I won't. I mean, to be fair, I personally have to say, like, I am only seeing the memes of it. I haven't really seen any real signs of it happening. So, what do I know? Hitting all kinds of sensitive topics today.
God, you are threading the needle.
I mean, it's not bannable offenses needle, though. It is just awkward topic needle.
It's a bannable GDQ offense.
I have not said anything, and I want this bot to be deleted immediately. Man, what do I care? I probably never get into GDQ anyways. It's not like I tried already like multiple times over multiple years. Alright, we done here. So, I'm actually gonna play it safe and touch the save sphere because I don't know if I touched the save sphere before ending the last menu. And if I didn't, then I have a slight problem.
Always better to play it safe.
Yep. Because after that last menu, Chad got some more max HP, and he will need that extra max HP to actually survive here. By the way, do we have the invisible platform bug? Yes, we have the invisible platform bug. So usually there's supposed to be 3 big ground platforms to stand on for the Aeons here. Thank you, cutscene remover. No crit on the first one.
I've never actually seen this glitch before.
No crit on the first hit. Will we see a useless crit on the second? No.
Dang. Unfortunate.
It's fine. We still have plenty of chances for useless crits. Especially on the Sin arms, that is usually where they just love to happen for me. On the second hit on the arm. Cries in pain. Hey, we got an ice ball! We got our ice weapon that we talked about earlier. Not for a useless character, but, you know.
Not really much we can do with it right now, though.
not really much we can do with it for the rest of the game. So, ladies and gentlemen, now! This is it! Now's the time to choose. Die and be free of pain. Or live and fight your sorrow. Now's the time to shape your story. Your fate is in your hands. Boop. Or as I usually like to say, now! This is it! Now's the time to choose. Reset and be free of pain, or live and fight the time loss. Now's the time to shape your PB. The run is in your hands!
Damn, that's good.
And another boop.
No way I forgive myself if I ran away now. Even in death, yeah?
I was thinking the exact same. I haven't seen that in a while, sorry if I'm looking throats now. My thoughts exactly. Thank you, brain.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
Say hello to Megadeth, but Megadeth can't hurt our dear chat.
Oh, Megadeth, I love that band.
Now it's gonna Mind Blast us, but our mind is too strong for these feeble tactics. Now we're gonna boop one more time for the win. Boop.
Oh, Mind Blast, I love that band. Everything's a band nowadays.
And that's Unalaska dealt with. We don't need the sigil, so we rather rest right out. And heading into the end game, the final fights.
It's time, chat. We're here.
We still have about 20-25 minutes left of game, but we're closing into the end.
We're approaching the finish line.
Also, I love that is a bug of the bug feature, whatever you want to call it, of the cutscene remover. I love the Unalaska theme all the way till we're out, instead of
the theme is awesome.
Instead of annoying silence. Alright, so, bit of back and forth now. One very, 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 very important thing to do, which I'm still kind of happy that they brought this part back into the cutscene remover, because it is critical for me. And you'll see what I mean in a moment. Saying hi to Yuna, discussing our strategy. We're going to Bavel. Let's go. Storming straight in, head front. No matter if they try to kill us, we kill them better. I mean, what are they gonna do against chat? Even if they bring 1 million people, 1 million of their soldiers against chat, he just does one impulse and they're all dead.
Well, my baby here.
Alright, so, off to Bavel. So, now for the very, very, very important thing I mentioned.
Hello. I must
thank you for the Aeon.
So what?
So,
Always thank him. If you don't,
well,
you don't deserve to have chat in your team. Because that is the Aeon, that is the faith of chat.
The final show.
That little boy sacrificed him in a ritual to become the power for future generations to be chat. This boy is chat, so always thank him. If I catch you running this game and you're not thanking him, you don't deserve him. You're supposed to go back for your route. Alright then, off we go to the final fights and the actual encounters with Sin. Where we still have some important things to do, though these aren't really that important. Actually, also, I just realized I made a little boo-boo.
Uh-oh.
As always.
Yeehaw! Here we go.
Maybe. I made a little boo-boo. Would you do me a small favor and check the VOD if I actually got a zombie strike weapon? Because I absolutely did not pay that.
You didn't.
I did. Okay, thank you. Thank you for watching out for me. Because that is the one thing that I always forget lately. I always forget to check for Unilisca drops.
You can also do, you can kill Janace to see if you get a zombie strike weapon off of him.
I could, but since I had the 2-2, I will already have I will have my friend sphere, so I won't have to use the master sphere I get from the final one, so I would have absolutely no reason to actually kill the denies. Simply because it would lose me about 22 seconds to go through the entirety of the animations, etc., etc. And all I would get would be a chance for a weapon and 2 backup items that I have absolutely no need for because I have more than enough backup items already.
That's fair.
That's the beauty of 2-2.
That is.
No crits anywhere to be seen. Neither good ones nor bad ones. On this fight it doesn't matter. We can ignore, as we just said, we can ignore the one in the front here. Could give us a zombie strike weapon, will give us 2 more return spheres to work with. Don't really need it. Do this and be done with it. Power of Impulse.
I mean, realistically, as long as we have 1 return sphere, we can, or as long as we have at least 1 return sphere left over, we can use
the fun
thing
is, like, for the end, like, what we are supposed to do is the Master Sphere on the speed that Riku is on, and then return sphere there, right?
Yep.
Since I, at the end, will have 1 friend sphere and 1 return sphere, I can just friend sphere to Riku and save up the return sphere.
That works.
That means also I will have an extra master sphere to get something extra in case I want to. For safety. And that also means that I still have the return sphere afterwards. So that I can get 2 backup things. Because Yuna also will be ending with 3 or 4 levels more than needed. Beauty of 2-2. Alrighty then, say hello to Overdrive Sin. The fight where I'm never really sure if I just got a crit or not because my damage rolls are just that high. Because that thing has like no defenses at all. So I'm always wondering if I get a jump from 93,000 to 10,000. Is that just... to 100,000? I'm just thinking like, is that just a damage roll or is that... I have never... Let's see if we can actually identify some useless crits here. 1 crit actually would be super helpful, though. 72 only. So yeah, 9 health. Okay, never mind. I was... So yeah, 1 crit actually would mean a lot here, because 1 crit would mean we could end the fight a hit earlier. So if we can see it 100,000 here... okay, actually, never mind. I don't care what I just said. No crits to be seen, and the fight's over, and off we go.
Yeah!
We must...
Then we... Good luck. Follow!
Even out with local man, just healing up, even though I don't think anyone actually took damage. Whoops.
Going back to the ship.
classic camera jankiness in this game. I did the screen transition, I held up on my D-pad, and of course he walks down. And then I switched to walk down as soon as I did, and of course he walked straight. Beauty of the camera and movement in this game.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
So, we're just making our way through the belly of a giant sky whale, who for some reason has a city not just on top, but also
I won't
inside
go
of
so
him.
easy on you next time.
And is also surrounded by clouds.
I mean, that could just be, Steam from the Steam clans we're having.
Steam clams.
Live and let live.
Yeah. It is nearly.
I can't believe you took it there.
It is nearly time for a Seymour again. Right. What's the right way? No, that's the wrong way. I just took the wrong angle. Don't mind
Live
me.
and let live.
You know what I originally wanted to say was actually like steam or from his food getting digested or something. What do I know?
I'll be right back. I won't go so easy on you next time.
Actually, now that Anubian just wrote that in chat, I'm actually wondering one thing right now because I'm not 100% sure. During the Crystal mini game, is there
I'll be right back.
are the Northern Lights in the sky there, or was it just clear sky?
In what game?
In the Crystal Hunt here in the very end for BFA. Because I want to say Aurora Borealis will be there at this time of day in this part of the
Kind of.
of Sin.
Localized entirely within his kitchen.
No, localized entirely within Sin's belly. So
I'll
I'm
be right
really
back.
wondering, because I want to say there was something rainbow in there, but I'm not sure right now from memory. And now I'm kind of hyped about it.
I mean,
I'll be right
could
back.
just be fireflies.
Could just be fireflies, to be fair.
Anubians on the same wavelength.
Alright! Fight with Seymour! Sadly, only without the Ketley music, which I would normally start playing on my Steam playlist right now, but due to, you know, playing it safe, marathon run, etc., I won't. So, sadly, no fight with Seymour. Play it on YouTube if you want. It's definitely one of the top soundtracks in this, and luckily no miss here. Because
No,
I do not
it's a
play
banger.
around. I do not play around the miss here, because if I were to have the miss here, I would actually need the party of Titus, Yuna, Oren, and I only had Titus Oren. I do not account for the for the miss here, but because the miss here does not happen. At least it hasn't to me yet.
Yeah, save. It hasn't happened to me either. And hopefully it will never happen.
That would be the dream. I mean, what was it again? 1 in 255? Low enough
Sounds
odds.
about right.
Low enough odds for it to never happen. A 2-second time save on this fight. And a haste armlet, which I'm never gonna use. Forgot to switch out Yuna, that's fine though. Losing me
We have the last batch of enemies we have to run away from before the end of the game.
We're closing in.
We're about to beat up our dad.
Yay!
Live and let live.
Now he's gonna pay for all the times that he drunk beat me.
My god.
What? I mean, from how Jack actually has been sounded, I wouldn't be surprised if
I
it
won't go
at
so
least
easy on you
wouldn't
next
have happened
time.
once. You know he has a backstory of alcohol.
Yes. Yes, I know.
I won't go go so easy on you
Again,
next time.
I'm going all the uncomfortable topics today. All of them.
Oh god.
By the way, do we have a time to have a moment to talk about abortion? No, we're not going that way.
Oh
your
my
prayers.
god, no.
I'll be right
Come
back.
on.
Okay, enough of the memes.
I just hear freaking Smarag, like, over here sweating.
I'll be right back.
Like, watch him come off of unmute, and he's just like, dude, really?
I wouldn't be surprised at this point. Just want to
Smarag,
say,
we love you.
I love this community. I love the cause.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
I'm just really a black humor kind of guy. If something goes down south and it's memeable, I will meme it. Sorry if I offended anyone over the course of this round
I'll
with
be right
anything
back.
I said. I meant it in a humor. Please take it with humor as well. All right, are you ready for the Titus Dance Party? Which on my stream always is better because Fight with Seymour is banging in the background. So, do you want to explain what I'm doing here, and why I'm doing it here?
Yes, so what we have to do is we have to run around this room and collect 10 of these eggs?
I always
guess
call
you
them
could call
crystals
them
or orbs.
Eggs. So you collect 10 of these eggs while avoiding these crystals that poke out of the ground. If you accidentally touch one of the crystals, you will start an encounter. And obviously, getting into an encounter at this point is just more time loss. And that is unfortunate.
Happens. At least I got my first strike weapon
I
on,
won't go
so
so
I'm
easy
not
on
gonna
you
get
next time.
preempted by a Marlboro.
Sin is clear.
Also, yeah, as I said, no Aurora Borealis, but I mean, it is the blue of the Aurora Borealis
Okay,
in the
come
background.
on. You just ran right into
I will go
that
so
one.
easy
Yes,
on you
because I
next
was
time.
too busy being focused on the background. Because as I said, it's like stars shooting by or something. It's not quite a rainbow for an Aurora Borealis, but I mean, I guess close enough. So yeah, generally also, as you see me do some movement here, by pressing the circle key on the controller, or button I guess at that point, you can usually do a slow walk, and what I'm doing here is I'm spamming that button in order to, well, cause this little weird looking motion for Titus as I walk towards the screen to give me some more reaction time. In case I literally have an icicle in front of me. And before I run into that, then I actually have a little bit more reaction time. Alright, final menu, and then into the final fights.
Here it comes.
We have about 10 more minutes, unless I majorly screw up the final menu, or have majorly screwed up at some point. I will definitely take all the chances I have to take some extras in defense and in speed, as much as I can afford, just to make sure that nothing can go wrong here, or nothing should go wrong here. Zombie Strike for Titus, for Local Man Crystalarium. Then we have Yuna, use the Friend Sphere to Riku. Get the speed. A little bit of a detour just for safety, and I do have the extra nodes for an extra defense here. More speed down here. The ability Spare Change, because we're about to throw money at our problems. More speed here.
I think that's it.
Yeah, it is it, but as I said, just for safety, gonna use that to get some more there, and use that to go back to where we said earlier that I misstated that. just to be safe. Do have the extra spheres. Full HP, etc., etc. That's done. All right.
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
There's a heal turn. Yeah, the thing is, we need a matter of specific stats to be able to lift 2 attacks from BFA, and in order to get enough. Well, yeah. The main thing is we need to lift 2 hits minimum, unless we get lucky and he uses the Jack Beam, as Jack Beam is an attack that slows himself down, giving me an extra turn to attack. But as I just said, I done the Rust run last week, and in that Rust run I lost 12 minutes here. Because on the first attempt, Chad died in 2 hits by about 24 points of damage, which shouldn't happen. On the second attempt, Braska's final Aeon here got 3 attacks in on me, where I was like, what the? And on the third attempt, Jack beat me, so everything that I did in extra preparation was invalid anyways, because I was just given a freebie to win. So, you know, since I have these extra items, I am 5 minutes behind PB, so that's not gonna happen. We go for all the safety we can get. And I just want to, again, say, once this battle is done, it's about 6 more minutes of run done. And this fight will only take 2 more attacks from me to kill. That was an unnecessary crit!
Yay!
One more! One last chance for us to get one. One more final chance for us to get one in the next attack. Then that's gonna be the final count, because we can't crit anymore after that. Unless, of course, he just murders me. Comes the second attack.
Whoa. Hey, you're playing fast and loose here, buddy.
I mean, this is supposed to look. I don't like how the pagodas are still moving and healing it, though, right now. Now I'm supposed to get the... Why? Why does this keep happening? Why is he getting 3 turns in? What am I doing wrong here?
I think you,
Mix, talk, summon, attack. Done.
I think you did one thing out of order.
I did. Oh no, I did it. Never mind, that's why I keep dying. Okay, I found the problem. I'm not supposed to defend with Yuna and then switch orange for Riku. I'm supposed to switch Riku. Yeah, okay. There's my mistake.
Say, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, have fun with the ultimate Jack shot, as I'm too lazy to ult for this. Have fun seeing his ultimate attack that's gonna brutally murder me right now. And that's why my estimate is sitting at 350. Because I didn't trust myself to perform anywhere near PB pace.
Good lord.
Grab the sword again, and done. Also, he green now, for whatever reason. Alright, can we see the no-name glitch at least now? That would be fun.
Alright, let's try it again.
Unfortunately, the autosave is just before I did all the menuing, so I know I'll now have to do all the menuing again. And will local man have no name? That is the big question now. He survived twice, wow.
Survive, wow. Wow.
So just saying again, it is a bug that is tied to the cutscene remover that can randomly happen, but it is very common to randomly happen if the game, if you Alt F4 the game or have to reload an autosave. It is very common. Alright, friend back to Riku. Speed. One left for the defense. Down for more speed. Down for spare change. Ability. Speed. Attribute for that extra speed. Return up here. Set up here. Adapt. So at least I know now. I now know where my mistake was. Muscle memory was screwing me over badly there with turn order. Gives us more time to enjoy the amazing soundtrack of Otherworld! Which also means we have 3 more chances to unnecessarily crit.
Good talk.
Yep, definitely a very important message that will traumatize Jack so much that he will not do anything in this next turn. Alright, this time there should be nothing that can go wrong. And maybe we'd even get to see a Jack Beam again, this time before he murders me.
Congratulations! It's a sword.
And we boop. And he swings.
So Power Wave should be going twice now, and then you should be getting another turn.
And goodbye.
Slappy!
Alrighty then. 6 more minutes to go. So, that was the last attack that I performed in this run that had a chance to crit.
Yuna!
So, hit me. Where are we sitting?
We are currently sitting at 14 crit.
14. So that is $7 plus the 10 for the Bahamut crit on Flux. Means $17 to charity. Not as much as my last run. Definitely a decent amount though. That I can be happy with. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for that part of the run. Which in the speed run we make a little less sad by making it rewarding. So by that, we're going to say, Valfor, for the amazing early game that you discovered us, I hereby award you 20,000 gil. Don't spend it all at once. Have a nice day.
Exactly. Don't think of us as killing the Aeons. Think of us as just paying them for their work. Though in this case, we probably shouldn't really be paying Shiva or Ifrit anything.
Wait for it. I'm gonna have one more sensitive topic coming up for that. Or probably not, because I actually was told that it is that works banned on Twitch actually. So never mind me. I'll have to pursue that another time. Now that I actually am aware of the fact.
Yeah, probably better not to shake the hornet's nest any more than you actually have.
Ifrit, the backup strat we hopefully will never have to need ever again. Thanks for standing by. For your services, I award you 30,000 gil. Don't spend it all at once. Have a nice day.
Meanwhile, Valifor over here is like, what's he get 30,000? Didn't do anything.
This is breaking immersion right now, but I don't care. Ixion! You've actually given me some decent crits. You actually gave me a decent crit on the Bahamut fight, and actually were great as always. For your services, I'm going to award you 30,000 gil. Don't spend it all at once. Have a nice day.
We're almost done killing, I mean, paying our Aeons. Though I will admit this one hurts a little bit. He was our golden boy.
He was indeed. Chat, for your services of great deeds, not too much crit trolling, I hereby award you 40,000 gil. Don't spend it all at once. Have a nice day.
We got one more. Behold the first and only appearance of Shiva.
Shiva! Girl, you're not doing anything for us. But you're a girl, you're barely clothed, you really need to buy some clothes, so shut up and take all the money I have.
Here's my tier 3 sub. Alright, this is it.
And I'm actually gonna stretch this a little more than actually necessary right now because I was very much too slow, and I'm very sorry about that right now for taking the stream hostage. But considering we're 10 minutes under estimate, I don't think anyone will actually care.
We're actually not 10 minutes under estimate. We're like we're about to hit estimate.
Yeah, damn it. And done. So, we get a message in a moment that will go through then, but for now we've zombie attacked the bots. Get him to zombie status, get him to damage himself for 10,000 damage, and now we throw a phoenix down for time in a few seconds, and it is time.
Time.
Yeah, actually 350, I was watching at the wrong timer.
Yeah, you were. Like 10 minutes under estimate. I don't know what you were talking about.
No, never mind. I misread I misread the numbers there. I'm misread before as a free. So do we have something coming in already, or is it still taking a moment? Because
we actually do have a donation. From someone called HabKeineName. Don't know who that guy is. Sounds like a weirdo. Donating $17, saying, "For the great cause of helping the children, I hereby thank the Crit RNG throwing this at Save the Children and wish you all a nice day. Money goes to host's choice on incentive." Oh, you just had to make me choose.
I didn't have the time to actually look at an incentive and choose something, so I had to make something. I usually want to have that done by the time I actually pay Bahamut, so that throughout Shiva I can have it done, but I had sadly a few issues on my phone there, so it got delayed a little bit. But yeah, I basically said already everything. Once again, big thanks to the amazing modding community behind this cutscene remover. They did an amazing job with it. The community is amazing. If you want to join it, I think the Discord should be linked to the speedrun.com of the game. Join the Blitzball Hiders Club today. Learn this game yourself. It is more available for everyone ever. And I can't tell you the amount of friends that told me so long that if there was a cutscene skip, I'd actually start to speedrun it. And I actually did. So, just with this, I am still kind of bad at this game. Like, this was a 350 in-game time, it was a 342. World record is 3 hours and a couple minutes at this point, so there is a lot of room for me, and there is a lot to learn still for me. And with that, I don't want to hold down anymore. I already said the nice days to everyone. I'm signing off for today. I'm going to bed. It is 5 in the morning. I don't want to drag this out anymore. Have a good one.
Alright, thank you so much, and thank you also for having me for commentary. It was a pleasure to join you through this 4-hour romp that we had together. Alright, so that was Final Fantasy X by HabKeineName. Up next, we are gonna have Bully Scholarship Edition, run by Amzi. But before that, I will also be signing off myself. It has been a pleasure to host for you guys for this marathon. I hope you guys enjoyed having me on, and I wish you guys nothing but the best. And of course, let's continue to get those donations in and help out this really awesome charity. But for now, this has been Aquana, everyone's favorite problem, and I hope you guys have a fantastic evening.